I'm gonna
It's
start this by
recording.
asking a question. Did you mean astronomy club or astrological? Like, are we gonna be going over Aries, Pisces?
Yeah, so it's all of that. So it's gonna be going
Okay.
over different like constellations. It's gonna be going over like actual um so there's a class and the club is sort of supplementary to that class in a way. It's like extra appreciation for it. Um because in the class they're gonna be going over um I think one of you is actually taking it, right? Am
Ooh,
I right?
I'm taking it.
Yeah, you are. So in that class, you're going to be going over like what a habitable planet looks like, how we can think of that differently, what planets in the solar system might be habitable. Um, and you'll be like looking at them. And in this club, a lot of it is you're going to be going over different stuff like that. You're going to be going over like how the constellations merge, like other like people will make their own constellations. Like it's just an appreciation for the stars, what's out there, and so it'll give you extra time to like do like research, see if there's some maybe fun things out there that maybe you could find maybe. So yeah.
Clemency is gonna join.
Everyone.
I don't know if you could tell. I don't know if you could tell this, Aspen. Clemency is gonna join the Sailing and Aeronautics
Wow, I would have never guessed. That's crazy.
Club.
um cool, all right. um Blam.
I am.
Boop. um Zarek, what club are you thinking about joining?
I think Zarek would do potions and enchanting and the marksman club.
Cool.
It, to basically do the two clubs.
Yeah, you don't need a part-time job.
Worst comes to
Um,
worst, he can sell stuff he makes
Yeah, like drugs.
with potions. Yeah, Zarek just ends up, Breaking Bad for the entire campaign.
And then Dawson's gonna show up again during one of the breaks, and he's gonna say, "Do not sell potions to my son."
okay. Hero, what about you? What you thinking? You guys also
Um,
don't have to join clubs. Just putting it out there. Don't have
well,
to.
we want to,
Yeah, Aspen.
so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Aspen. We want to interact with
yeah.
your mechanics, asshole.
You guys are like, actually, we don't want to do this. We just want to sit here for 3 hours and not RP.
I want to do the robotics and the astrological club.
Okay. Um, Cool. Yeah, you guys, you're putting your names on lists. You're seeing other sort of like-minded people. As far as Hero, here you see that group of you have like a vague description of the Tinkerers, and you see them signing up right before you. Uh,
You can get access to the map.
That'd be pretty dope.
yeah, they're sort of doing their thing and they sign and then head off. So you know you're in the same club as them. Um, would you try and talk to them, or would you just like wait?
I think wait, because I don't want to be like, hey, I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I could, but like, I think it'd be better to make acquaintance first in the club and then kind of make that acquaintance from there.
And then be like, "I want to see your mecha."
Yeah, let me
um,
see it. Show it to me.
Haven, how about you? What you joining?
Uh, I am joining the Mage Club,
Okay.
and I just fucked up performance in front of my teacher, so I'm absolutely not joining that one. I'm not joining the performance club as much as I want to.
You
Later.
said
Can we
okay.
sign up later in the year, kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
thing?
You don't have to sign up now.
Yeah, let's not do
Alternatively,
that
join the Beats Battling Club and learn how to rap.
Beats.
right
Oh
now.
fuck, that does say beats.
You can fight. You can make Nectar fight people.
That's funny.
No, Nectar is a fucking princess and would never fight anyone. And she's not like Valkyrie where I could just resummon her, so
I like
Tips
in
next
my
guy.
notes, I have everything written down. If there's something that I need to remember for later, I normally put it under everything so I can still see it. And right now, in all caps, under all of the clubs that everyone just joined, is call dad. Oh God, call dad.
What to pick? Cool. All right, you guys all go through and pick your clubs. They let you know that in the next coming weeks, there's going to be, you know, people will be in a way like having like a first meeting of everyone, and in that meeting, people will be like running to say like, hey, like I'll run this club, and like these are the things that I want to do. And so you guys will have a few different choices of people. Like for example, like for the Marksman Club, someone might be like, I want to hold a big competition with people outside of Heron to compete with the people inside of Heron. And someone else might be like, I want to have a competition just with people in Heron. And so it'll be like different ideas for like big events
And
for
Zarek will be like,
clubs
I
that you
have
guys
a
will pick
gun.
to participate
I don't have a bow and arrow. Is that going to be a problem?
in. So
I suppose
yeah.
that is a question that he's gonna have to ask at the first meeting.
Like, I
Oh
have a
yeah, the
gun.
Marksman Club is for any like long range. There's people
Okay.
who do like knife throwing, darts. There's
Zarek,
other
why
people
don't
that
you
practice
throw knives? That's way cooler than a gun.
So yeah, Zarek is not the only like
Unconventional.
gun user at
Mhm.
all.
That makes
A
me
lot of people don't
uncomfortable.
specialize in it, but there are some gunslingers and stuff like that.
What clubs did Yoni join?
Yoni didn't join any clubs actually.
What?
She went with you, but just sort of walked around.
Oh.
And obviously, what you'll soon find out if you sneak into her room is she's created a shrine to Clem just in a back corner. There's just pictures coating the walls, and
It's
like every time that you're in
Zarek is
club,
jealous because it's bigger than his.
but yes, it's like you'll get the feeling you're being watched during clubs. Look up, there she is.
I am almost 100% sure, all the way back when we first started, I'm almost 100% positive that she's a part of that Warlock club that me and Haven saw the poster
Oh,
for.
absolutely. Yeah.
So she's gonna switch things to like Yandere Simulator.
Oh fuck! You know
Is
what?
there? Yeah.
You know what I have to say to that? My brand.
My brand.
That's my
There's
brand.
just some like people in
I
a fucking
have a
trench coat
lot
outside.
of me and my friend Fawn. We have a lot of characters that have that kind of dynamic.
Cool.
Oh.
Well, you guys.
Did Hero's stupid sister join any clubs?
No, your sister also didn't join any other clubs. You didn't see
Wow.
her walking around.
Call her an idiot.
Are we the only people doing the club, guys? Guys, it's like no one else.
Yeah, who else joined
Did anyone
the
cool
aeronautics club?
join?
Well, all I know is I'm expecting at the very first meeting of the Potions and Enchanting Club them to establish a rule of no making drugs.
Oh yeah.
No Breaking Bad.
They're like, I know you all have seen that very popular TV show Breaking Bad, but we're not doing that here.
No
It's a
making
poster
drugs,
on the wall.
no making drug adjacent potions, no
We
making things
can
that might be considered to be drugs.
hold on one second. I have a picture that I think could be the design of one of the people that is in this club. Hold on, let me find it.
It's a picture of Bryan Cranston.
It's not gonna be a picture of Bryan Cranston. It's way back in here.
It's gotta be a fucking picture of Bryan Cranston.
It's not gonna be a
I'm waiting for that
picture
picture of
of
Bryan
Bryan
Cranston.
Cranston. It's
Is it a
not.
picture of Aaron Paul?
I don't know what that is.
It's the other guy in Breaking Bad.
Jesse.
I was
James.
Jesse for Halloween, and it was fun. Me and my housemates went down. I was Jesse. My housemate was fucking Walter, and then our big tall
Okay,
housemate
maybe
was
it will be a picture of that because this This is concept art that I did for an NPC
I
for
knew
one
it
of my
is a thing of
characters.
Aaron Paul.
Fucking picture of Aaron Paul, man.
That's good. Please send that to him.
All that
He needs to know
shit
about this.
out when you see it.
I think what really pulls it together is the trans flag pin on the jacket.
Trans rights, bitch.
It's because I played a character named Wayne White.
Aaron Paul.
And
Aaron Paul.
his brother was named Jesse Pinkerton.
Cool. Well,
His
you
middle name
guys
was
sort of-
also Walter, so it was Wayne Walter White.
you guys sort of like finish up, signing up for all the clubs, knowing everything can happen, and you guys, it's pretty early in the day. You guys know that you guys you'll have your first day today is your first day of core classes. So you guys have roughly like an hour or two before classes officially start. And today is like I said, it's the first day. So you're not
You know,
like this
syllabus.
is like what the class is or whatnot. They're all relatively short. So you guys are pretty much gonna have all like late afternoon and night. And then classes officially start tomorrow.
Mhm.
From the clubs and walking around, people are going out tonight. Like, yeah, first day of classes tomorrow, but also today's the first day that like the entire school is here in their houses. People are almost certainly getting fucked up unofficially.
That's on
But yeah, is
on
there
a
anything that you
school
guys try
night.
and do before you guys have to be at like your first mock classes?
Where are they going? I want to find out where they're going immediately. I want to listen in.
Who's going?
Where's the party
the
at,
people?
man? Where's the
There's
fucking party?
there's going to be parties in every like house district. There's also like the market district is going to be absolutely like mayhem. There's probably going to be a lot of fourth years at your dad's bar.
Oh,
Like
we working tonight?
Myro is doing that.
No,
so.
I don't think we ever got actually hired.
Yeah.
Especially after what happened.
We got fired.
So,
Okay, I'll be like,
Oh,
yeah.
is curfew starting tonight, or is it going to be starting tomorrow?
curfew is starting tonight.
Boo. Okay, but like,
So-
we can just stay at my dad's. Like, worst comes to worst, because they said there was rules about us like coming in and leaving.
No,
but
no,
don't
I
show up
want
at
to be
all.
back in the dorm by curfew, because that's the rule, Haven.
Well,
But,
Clem,
yeah,
if
rule.
Clem, if you don't want to do anything too dangerous, and Zarek's double checking to make sure he's not saying anything too loud, but so the head of house for my house is, as long as you don't make too much noise and force him to confront you, he won't look too hard tonight for alcohol. So if we want to take the bubbly over to my room, we could have our own party celebration.
Yeah, no, if you guys want to do that, that's fine. I just want to be back in my dorm room by the time that I need to be back, because I want to, go to sleep on time, and I want to wake up early in the morning so I can get to class early.
Okay,
You
well, what
guys-
about this?
You guys also would know that in theory, as long as if you guys go out and you miss curfew, as long as you guys don't go home and no one snitches on you, you guys should be fine to stay out all night tonight. It's really the
Also-
part that'll fuck you is if you try and sneak in and get caught sneaking in. Or like I
Also
said,
don't.
if like someone rats
And
you
we
out.
have a house we can stay at, guys.
I don't.
You know?
I also don't want Yoni to be by herself. In that big old room. It doesn't feel polite.
Okay, well, what about this? We invite, because like we should go out because we want to get to know our classmates and become friends. This seems to be the best way to do that, right? So we invite Yoni and all her friends, and then we go out, and before curfew, we can decide, do we want to go back?
Which
what
the
do you want to
answer will be
say?
yes.
Okay, then we'll do that.
Okay.
Like, we'll just like play it by ear, you know? We don't need to make any decisions. And you don't have to
Okay.
drink.
I don't want
I
to
was like,
drink.
hero, like, we can absolutely say it if you want to.
Before actually we do go to class. Clem is going to step off to the side somewhere a little more secluded and private and call his dad.
Um, Howdy, Clem. Today's your first day. Shouldn't you be in school?
The kind of classes are going to start in just a bit. I wanted just to ask, did you hear anything from Clava about the whole counselor thing?
Um, she said that she's working today. I asked her what was going on, and she said it's kind of complicated. Um,
Oh,
she said they were giving her like problems with starting for some it Clava's had problems with the administration in the past.
oh,
And I guess they sort of tried to get rid of her or something. I'm not fully sure what
that's not
happened.
very nice.
I wasn't trying to dig too much. It seemed a little sensitive, but it seems like she, I guess, was maybe not reinstated because she wasn't let go.
She's here.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she should be there now. So I
Hmm.
don't know.
And
I don't know what that was
also,
all about.
uh, I don't know if this is panic worthy, which is a great way to start something that you're telling your dad. So we moved into the dorm earlier, and Haven's little pet dragon, Nectar, the pink one that you saw, um,
Hmm.
it she um took my amulet off, and it was off for like 3 minutes.
Um, and his tone gets like a little more serious with this. He
Hmm.
goes, it was only it was only like 3 minutes.
Only about maybe 4, but it was pretty quick. Everyone kind of got it back.
All right. Well, that should be fine, Clem. It's not that much time. It's more we keep that for long durations. The odds of something happening while it's off for such a short amount of time on a random day at a random time, I wouldn't worry about it, okay, Clem? But we can safeguard to make sure that doesn't happen again. We don't need to be rolling the dice when we don't need to, all right?
Okay.
So just, keep an extra eye out for the next couple of days, all right?
Yeah,
And
no, I
I'll
will.
let Klava know, okay?
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
All right.
What are
All
you
right,
doing?
Clem. Well, I'm gonna be getting on a ship, uh, not too long. I'm gonna be heading up to the Northern Few eventually. I'm doing a couple odd jobs as I'm making my way up there. I'm really going where the money's taking me right now.
Okay.
So hard to say where I'm gonna be, but I'm aiming for the Northern Few because I know there's some good jobs up there. But I can keep you updated as we talk every day. I'll keep you updated.
Of course.
Um, as I start working, it might be a little harder to get back to you, but I will find time. Okay.
Okay. I love you.
All right. I love you too, Clem. Well, you tell your friends I said hello, and
Okay.
you make sure that that dragon knows that I'm very unhappy with him. Okay, or her.
Yeah, her. Okay. I'll tell Nectar that.
You let her know that when I see her next time, I'm gonna give her a little talking to about how it's not nice to steal your friends' things. Okay.
Okay. I'll talk to
All
you
right.
later.
All right. You have a good first day, Clem.
Yeah, of course. You have a first good job day.
And you guys sort of, hang up, and you see when you come back to the group, um, you see Yoni's group is talking to the rest of everyone else.
Oh.
You see.
So, like, I'm just saying we should go out. Like, you know, it might be nice, it might be fun.
The human ranger is absolutely interested in that. You see, so Yoni's group, the human is named Salem, and then Yoni also human cleric. Arna is the Ursidin, and then Cashin is the Lizardin. And Salem goes, yeah, I think that'd be great. I'm planning on being out all night, especially, it's our first day. We don't have homework. We don't have anything to do. Might as well.
Yeah, it's like
And
our only
Yoni sort of just goes like, I don't know if that's a good idea. We don't want to make a bad first impression, right?
Clem rejoins the group like, that's what I said.
We only have to worry about a first impression on the first day of school.
It is the first day of school, technically.
Yeah, but we'll meet them already.
Well,
and then
I
the
just
next time
think
it's a second impression.
I think it's more important to get a good night's sleep, to wake up extra early, to get to class early, to make a good first impression. Second impression.
Yoni goes, I don't know about waking up early to be early to class. I think being on time is okay. I'm so bad at mornings. I do agree. I don't think being late is a good idea. And Cassin or Crashin and Harna like echo the sentiment of like, yeah, no, we should probably get fucked up tonight.
Okay,
Well,
so
when you guys all get messed up tonight, I guess me and Yoni can walk back. Oh yeah. By the way, Haven, really quick, looks at Nectar. My dad is very disappointed in you.
dude, don't
Nectar just like blows a little
say
bubble.
that to her.
He told me to tell her that.
She's like a baby. You can't tell her off like that.
Well,
be nice about it.
Well, she stole my thing.
Yeah, but it's like immediate consequences, you know. Like if it happened right away, you tell her off. But if you tell her like an hour later, you know.
Yeah, but my dad is disappointed in her now.
Don't cover her ears. Don't be dragging. You're disappointed in her.
Because she stole my, and he like holds the amulet out.
Her?
Yeah, look at her.
She's just blowing bubbles.
This thing is really important.
It won't happen again. It won't happen again.
But
she reaches her little wings out in the
direction.
Yeah,
no.
No.
She coils up next to you.
He also said the next time he visits, he's gonna give her a stern talking to.
No. No. No, absolutely not. That's not gonna happen.
As you guys are talking, you hear Yoni's group talk to her, and you hear Salem goes, Yoni, you gotta come out with us. You can't. I know you want to sleep in, but you're gonna have plenty of time to sleep in and do all the stuff you got to do. It's probably for the best that we stay together anyway. We don't want to separate as a group, right? And she goes, yeah, I mean, I guess if all of you are going to be out there, that's fine. We can do that, but we can't stay out too late. And then Crashin goes, actually, that is a good point. I don't know where we could stay. Like, if we stay out too late, are we just going to like sleep on the street? Like, we don't really have anywhere else to go. And they sort of are like brainstorming ideas of like, maybe we could sneak into this place. And they're like going back and forth on like what they could do. They're like, maybe we could sneak back into the dorm. And that's the conversation.
I'm not adding to this conversation. I'm not helping. I'm not talking about that.
I do think that getting back in time for curfew is the best option here. Um, it's yeah, no, this is it's exciting that all of us are finally in school, away from um parents and stuff like that. But it's still a responsibility.
Uh, Salem looks at
It's
you and looks at the rest of the group, and he goes, "Is he always like this?"
I'll just like kind of take him aside and be like, he's just very sensible, and like they're really it's a transition, and it'll take them time to really, they're never gonna be a party animal, but we're getting there,
Hmm. And he looks at you three who are talking about going out, and he goes, "Where are you guys staying? What's your plan to get back into the dorms?"
And well, my dad's from parents, so I was just gonna stay there, I think. Or I'll
Oh,
just really go stay out for like all of it. Probably go do that instead.
That's not a good idea.
I'm lying.
you said you're staying at your dad's?
Yeah, I'll say like, yeah, I'd like to stay at my dad's.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Well, yeah. Well, if you want a place to crash, we can try and figure out a place as a group. We can try and scrape some coin together to stay at like some sort of tavern or something.
Haven, doesn't your dad own the Levin House?
I know. Yeah, I would feel bad bringing people back, especially if it's gonna be really busy and all that. Like I was just gonna climb in the window kind of thing. I didn't really want to bother anyone.
Salem goes, "Oh, listen, we could all just take one room if that helps, and we could give you money if it's a problem. We don't have to,
Well,
but
it's not a money thing. No, don't worry about like any of that.
Or we could
I
get
think
back
maybe
in time to go back to the dorms.
Don't worry, Clem. When it starts getting close to curfew, I can walk you back.
Okay. Oh, you buttoned your shirt back up.
Oh, sorry, that must have autopiloted. And
Oh,
Zarek will
okay.
undo his shirt.
Okay.
Yoni
I don't know
immediately goes,
why. I don't know
what's
why I
happening?"
bother. No, he just
He
does
likes to
this.
show off.
Thing, yeah. You get
Oh,
used to it. Yeah.
It just
That's pretty good,
happens.
honestly. Yeah.
well,
But I don't want to make my dad break the rules because they have the no first years allowed, and I would feel bad to impose.
no, yeah, no, that's
Yeah. Sorry, I
Salem.
don't want to be rude or anything. I hope that's not rude.
So that
Salem
we
looks and he
can
goes, "Yeah, no, that's totally fine."
go back to the
Is it totally
dorms
fine? Can
before
I
the
insight check that?
curfew.
Yeah, go ahead, go for insight
Can I
check.
insight check if they hit me right now?
Or we
Go
could go
for it.
back to the dorms at curfew, which would solve all of this.
That's a 10. Do they hit me?
To 10. With that, like, it doesn't seem like he like genuinely he like wanted to stay in the dorms, but as soon as you're like, I don't think it can happen, he's like, that's fine.
What we
He's not
could
super.
do though, I mean, like, are you guys like okay? We're in the tower, so it might be harder to like break into our room.
Or we could go
Kind of
back
thing.
when the curfew is.
Clem,
I,
hiding's out the window
we
now.
can
I think
be
we're past that.
we can be
Yeah.
responsible any other night.
Well,
Yeah,
then
I
we could
just think
also
we
be
should just
responsible
be.
tonight.
But I don't
it
want
also be
to.
like a 3-strike warning kind of thing. Like oh,
I
like
don't
it's like the
think
only
that
like
I don't. Okay. Did you listen to her?
oh, she's
Sorry,
scary.
Yeah, no, she was clearly
No,
pretty
no,
strict. So I feel like we should just be here, you know, at curfew. I
We're
think it would
all
just be easier.
in my
well, we don't
defense, I did not listen to her.
I asked
That
questions.
has a lot of cool things to say, actually. I listened to her like for the first half until like the
Um,
rules came out, and then I ignored it.
Yoni like looks at you, Clem. She goes, sometimes you just gotta let people do their own thing, Clem.
Well, yeah,
Like
no,
you can go, Clem. You can go inside and you can do your thing. You know, like you don't have to stay out. And like they're not gonna get in trouble. The only way they're really gonna get in trouble is if they get caught. Like if someone rats them out, or if someone gets caught, sneaking back in. So it's probably better that they're thinking about just staying out. And then you can make sure that someone's there. So sometimes you gotta just let people do their thing. How about this? I'll go home with you, and we can hold down the fort, and they can go out and do what they want.
okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. I just and then he kind of trails off and is like, yeah, no, that's fine.
And Salem looks at Yoni and goes, "Is that your way that you're gonna go in early?" And she goes, "I don't know. Clem needs me at home. I gotta be home early."
That's right. Fight
And
the peer pressure.
Boo.
Boo.
and they sort of
Well,
rolled their eyes, but
Oh, don't be nice to her. She's so sweet.
uh, but yeah, you guys sort of figure out plans of where you're going and whatnot. Is there anything else that you guys would say? Oh my god.
and what house are they in? Like the other members of the group?
Oh yeah.
Yes, Salem is. Where's the sheet that has it?
Because like
Uh,
the Sonora house leader is pretty strict, but maybe like the other houses aren't as bad on the first night, and we can all just like sleep on the floor somewhere.
Arna and Crashin are in Namira, obviously, and then Salem is in Windmore. And as soon as you say that, Salem, oh no, Windmore is really strict.
Oh,
So I'm fully planning on using this as my night of leniency, and probably still going out and breaking curfew when I need to, but tonight definitely, because everyone else is doing it. They're not going to catch everyone, so
I like that attitude.
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, Nibira, right? That's you said the house leader, as long as we didn't wake him up, we would be fine, right? There.
Uh,
Yes. Generally, he only really responds to noise complaints.
So if we're quiet, we can sneak back in there, crash there, and then no one's any the wiser.
Possibly, but you would have to be very quiet.
You think about that one, if you guys are okay with it.
Still,
uh,
it might be best to. I think the problem's less the dorms themselves and more the gates into the campus proper. So until we can figure out a way around the gates, possibly just later in the year, might be best to not make a plan that involves sneaking past them.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. I can't figure out. Was there anything mentioned of the gates, or was it just like, is the security system just that the dorm leader might hear you or someone stitch? Is that like as far as the security system goes?
no, like going in and out of the gates is definitely another way to like,
Mm-hmm.
because they would be like, "Oh, what are you doing out?" And then you would
Ah,
have to give some sort of a reason that is valid, not like I'm going out. You know what I mean? People will sneak past the guards, but like if you get caught, you get in trouble. Like that's not the hardest way to sneak past, because like sometimes the guards are asleep if it's really late at night. You know what I mean? And if you're
okay.
sneaky enough, you probably get it. Like it's not high security all year round. You know what I mean?
Okay. So last idea, why don't we just like kind of ignore this until we actually have to leave? So then that could just be like a them problem and not a now problem.
Salem goes, I agree with that. I think
There we
we're gonna
go.
have no problem finding a place
Mhm.
to sleep tonight.
Exactly.
Okay.
In an
Um,
emergency, we'll figure out something. It'll be easy.
Mhm.
Cool. Well, you guys all the other group, group 18, sort of breaks off eventually to go like get all their stuff ready and whatnot for classes. As you guys are getting ready for classes, you guys see let me roll. Let's see.
Who do we find?
Rowan Underbarrel.
Like, how the fuck did I get here? No, you see Myro and his group.
Oh, yay!
Yippee!
That's the person I wanted to see. That's
Um,
so great.
they're sort of getting ready for their first day of adventure trials. And Myro sort of waves over to you and sort of heads up to your group. How was the house placing ceremony?
Oh, yeah, it was really fun. I'm I'm in House of Nora, which I think is pretty toxic. I'm fucking up this competition more as a person. I'm in House of Nora, so
That's exciting. You know that he's in House Capra,
he's in
right?
House Cap. He's a go in the Good House.
Go House.
Go House man.
Yeah.
I was meant to ask you by the way as well. I was gonna take Nectar for do some proper training with her during the week. I wanted to know if you wanted to bring Duet.
Yeah. He goes, yeah, that would be great. I would love to do that. It's been a little bit, and it'd be good to practice before adventure training.
Oh yeah, you have that right. Have you? When do you guys get your first assignment?
Well, probably tomorrow. We'll probably do a lot of practice stuff in the adventure hall for the first few weeks, but then we'll be actually getting sent out. We'll have a
Could I
chance
roll
to pick our
insight
missions.
check when he says
Sure,
that?
go for it.
Da-da-da. I'm fucking suspicious. 21.
What are you trying to look for specifically?
It's just kind of leaving and going on an adventure. Is that kind of give any reaction that you wouldn't normally see?
No, he seems like nervous about it because it's
Not like his friend died, kind of nervous.
no. But you do. Oh, I see what you're looking for.
Yeah, you see what I'm looking for. I'm trying to figure out if this was his group before I fucking say, did your friend die?
No, you don't get like that sense. But you do get like a real sense of like he seems anxious like to go out and do missions and stuff like that. It's hard with what you rolled. I'd say it's hard to tell specifics other than maybe it's just general anxiety because like they're going to be going out into the actual world.
Even with a 21? Damn.
Oh, sorry. I thought you got a 12.
No, I got a
For some
21,
reason.
dude.
That's my dyslexia. Yeah, with a 21, I would say that you get a sense of anxiety, and you see his eyes dart over to first they go to Janice, and I'll say this is a general look for the group itself. Hannes is hard to read. Myro looks at Janice. Janice looks to the floor, and then Myro looks at Val, who just sort of is just sort of lost in thought for like a brief second.
Hold on, give me 2 seconds. There are 3 people shouting for me right now.
Sure. But yeah, I think everyone in the group would see that interaction of like everyone having some sort of a general reaction to what they're about to be doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. There was a really gay skeleton in Harry Potter, the Lego game, so it was really important. when I went to see that. He walked very zesty, you know?
Love it.
Are there any
Yeah,
gonna be any
okay,
zesty
so,
skeletons in this?
yeah,
Zesty
okay,
skeletons.
that's what
All of them
my
are.
rose fucking party made is. Sorry, that was immediately in there. Okay, cool, my brother's party member is dead. Let's get back in that mindset. Rather than fucking
So
gay skeleton. Yeah.
the group that they were talking about only has 3 members, and they're the only group with 3 members.
Yeah, okay, so
I,
there's 4. Okay, yeah, so it
So
wasn't
like a group
Myra's
that they
group.
knew, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
it's year 3, group 6 is the group.
Okay, so it wasn't my rose. Yeah. Good to know. Okay, that's one less secret. Nice. Dealt with that one. I'll be like, yeah. We're hey, actually. Okay, so
Mhm.
hypothetically, if we're going out tonight, how do we hypothetically sneak back in?
Val goes, well, if you want to sneak back in, it might be easier to. She sort of looks around, like up at the walls. Goes, if you can scale, probably easier to just go over the gates, closer to where your house is. Yeah, I mean, the walls are pretty high, but if you can climb them or have someone boost you, or that probably is the easier way, because they don't really patrol all the walls at night.
Why does no one just want to be back before curfew?
And Val just sort of laughs at you. She goes, listen, we all in our first year want to be, we we all want to listen to the rules and not get caught. But as you go through school, that stuff isn't as important. Like, there's no reason that we can't stay out super late. Like, what's the difference between a first year and a fourth year? Not that much. A little bit of experience, but not enough that an extra few hours of sleep or having to be in your room makes a difference.
But it's
So
against the
I think,
rule.
Clem,
This is
I
going to be a
think
conversation that's going to happen for a while.
she gets close to Val, or she gets close to Clem. She goes, I think you should exercise your freedom tonight, and you should stay out,
Oh
especially
no,
if your
I'm not
friends are
going
going to be
to.
out. Welp, it was worth a try. And she goes, well, we'll be seeing the rest of you out tonight. We're probably just going to be at the bar. Where are you guys going?
I think we'll probably be in like the market kind of area. There's another group that's going to be running about with us. Nice to see more of the city.
Yeah, no, that will be nice. Well, enjoy. We have some stuff that we need to finish up before Adventure Trials. So, good luck with your first day of classes.
Yeah, we'll call in and say hi. Sure.
All right. And Myro gives you a hug. He goes, "You're gonna do great, okay?"
Yeah. I kind of already fucked it in front of my teacher though, so let's see how this goes.
You can only go up from here.
Exactly. I'm already starting at the bottom, and that was before we actually started, so it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Started from the bottom, we're still here.
Starting from the bottom, we got lower.
Yeah, you guys head off. And let's pick what we can do as classes officially starting and you guys are heading up into your places. I'll have all 4 of you roll d20s for me.
Yippee.
Please don't. Please don't.
D20.
Oh! Yes, of course. That's not 20 on this roll. This is the roll
I got
that we
an
want to not
8.
20 on. Not any other fucking roll, you know? I
So
swear to
we will go
God.
from highest to lowest. And what we can do is you can pick like one class that you want to have like the summary of your class interactions with your teacher. You can see other students if you want to interact with them or whatever, and you'll each get one class that you can do. So you guys can combine them also. If you guys are in the same class, you guys will be able to like obviously RP together if you're in the same class. But it'll just give you guys a chance to see, interact with some teachers and whatnot.
Nice.
So Ellen, since you rolled the natural 20,
I'm so
Hero
happy
gets
for
to
that.
pick
Uh,
what class he wants to
You mean
do
Haven?
first. Haven, yes.
So I was say, you're giving my nat 20 to Rebecca?
I mean, I'll take it. I'll take your nat 20.
How generous.
You can actually go fuck yourself. Okay, how dare you? It's mine. Okay, can I do Bardic I want to do Bardic Mastery. I want to see that teacher again. I love her.
Okay. Cool. You're gonna do Bardic Mastery. Who got the next highest roll?
I got an 11. Did anyone get higher than 11?
Heroes
I got
at
a
16.
16.
All right.
Okay. Hero, what class do you want to do?
I'm trying to pull it up because I can't remember what classes I have.
Obviously, you want to take dimensional architecture, which you somehow have in first year.
Today is 4 classes only, so it's not electives right now.
I want to do divination.
Okay. All right, and Zarek?
Probably we can go with like monastic practice.
And clemency.
Let me. I think that I'm gonna do divine healing.
Okay. Divine healing. All right. Starting out with Bardic Mastery. Haven, you sort of spread off from the rest of the group. I'll play that. You spread off from the rest of the group as this is, sort of you by yourself in this setting. And you see the familiar teacher. I'll post a picture of her right now. That's not where I want it to be posted.
She immediately acknowledges you as the girl who fucked up.
You fucking cried in my class, you pathetic bitch. Get out.
Get the fuck out of here.
She does look like someone who would bitch slap, you know? She could absolutely bitch slap me.
She is this beautiful peacock. And your class is, unlike some of the other classes, it is, like, there's not too many students in there. I have to find the thing, but I think there's only like 7 or 8 people in your class. It's relatively small.
Aspen, I
Yeah.
also. Oh. Sorry, I wanted to point out that I think it's really progressive of you to have a trans teacher because that's what a male peacock looks like.
That's so true. That's really funny. In this world, any bird can look any sort of way.
Yeah, because of hormones.
That's really funny. But yeah, she is beautiful. She is amazing. Um, where is the list of students so I can
I
tell you how many?
counted, I believe, 6 in there, including
Oh,
myself.
that's yeah. I have a list of like how many, like what students and how many are in like each class. So there's not that many. You guys all sort of pick random spots, sort of spread around. You do see that one bard that you heard about in the rumor. Um, you see her sitting. Oh, the music is so loud. Boop. Um, I need to get my notes in order more. Um,
Sounds like you weren't prepared for class.
Yeah,
I
wow, what
was
the
not
fuck?
too
Wow.
much.
We've only
But you
been waiting a
see
year for
Garik.
this shit.
You see Garik. He is like a pretty. He's got like tanner skin, and he has this backpack on, and you can see that there's a puppet hanging on the side of it.
Yes!
Oh.
Yes! The puppet man!
Just like hanging out, just
Yeah, it's sort
hanging out.
of like attached to the side of it. Um, and you see Corvus, who, like I said, is this beautiful peacock. She goes on to say, well, I will be your first year teacher for this class. I teach the other Bardic class as well. So I'll be making sure that you all are able to be up to date with everything that you're learning between classes as well. If you have any questions from anything, feel free. If you have questions about Jack of all trades, and we're in Bardic Mastery, feel free to ask me questions. But for this class in particular, the big midterm and final are going to be based on performance. So in preparation for that, we're going to be learning different performances that have happened in the past, how to evoke emotion, how to use that emotion and energy to create spells. Um, does anyone have any skills that they would like to demonstrate for us? And she looks around the room, and there's other people that sort of look around the room. And you see Garrick raise his hand.
Oh.
He goes, I can show what I've been working on. And he sort of steps up to the class. And she takes a seat, and you see he empties his backpack and he rummages through, and there's a few different puppets that are in it.
Is one of
And
them the one that I sent the picture of?
he, what picture did you send?
Yeah. What
It's
the,
me as a
what the
baby.
sound it was? What was
You
the
was the
sound it was
baby?
that?
It's me as a baby. Look at it. It's me as a baby.
That's funny. Um, but he pulls out a pretty like blandish looking doll. It is like a black and white doll, um, wooden, and it has sort of like a neutral mask on it, and you
Oh,
can
I hate
see
this so much.
he moves it around, and he casts a cantrip out of it. You can see the hands of the puppet sort of come together and use the sort of the hand signs that you sort of weave, and it casts the light spell from the puppet. Like the puppet is like the thing that is performing the action of casting the spell in a way. And it's strange. It feels like the puppet feels like he makes it feel alive in this way. And a
This
bunch
guy's
of people
fucking awesome.
applaud. It looks pretty easy for him as well. A few other students come up and they sort of struggle a little bit. But he's by far, he seems like really good. He seems really confident. And most of the other students have gone. And Corvus looks at you, Haven.
Mhm.
She goes, um, would you like to go, Haven?
Has everyone else is it like everyone is really excited to show off this kind of
Um,
stuff?
everyone, like, Garrick went first, and then
Mhm.
another person volunteered, and then that person in that person's party goes up, or like the person that they're talking to goes up, and it was sort of this domino, and it ended up being like everyone showed something, and you're sort of the last one.
Ah, fuck, so I have to.
And it's
Oh,
like Corvus
okay.
goes, it's okay. You don't have to
No.
if you don't want to.
Oh god, this woman is calling me out in front of all my classmates on day one. I'll be like, nah, no, yeah, I'll go up. And Haven will go. What instrument? Yeah, say she'll bring her lyre again. I think you know what? I think she kind of wants to fix what she did last time. She wants to recreate that little spell with the lyre and the message spell.
Okay.
Because I only have that in Vicious Mockery, so I don't want to hurt anyone.
Tell the kid with the puppets to go fuck himself.
Yeah, I killed the puppet. So yeah, Haven. I feel like as well when Haven like uses her magic, it still is that thing where it's like a feeling where in like she closes her eyes and she can kind of see all these like music notes and all like slowly fading out with it. I think how that looks is there's like, you know how it's like, we kind of look at like something through the gas, it's like a little waver
Mm-hmm.
in the like air. It's kind of like that. It's got this little like very very light like almost like something like pink hits it for a second, and then it kind of leaves like the strings. It kind of goes off into the air and disappears. I think that's fully what her magic like looks like.
Go ahead and roll
No.
a performance check for me.
No, I don't want to. Okay, manifesting. Good vibes.
You got it.
Good vibes. I don't.
11's not bad. That's better than you did previously.
Yeah, I think you know what? Improvement. We can't all be Garrick. We can't all be
And
Garrick.
Corvus stands up and she goes, "That was beautiful."
Thank you.
Well, and she goes on to like talk a little bit about herself as well. She talks about like her like inspiration for music, and she goes on to talk about the like I said, the midterm. And she looks at you all and she goes, "You all will have to put on some sort of a performance. It's up to you how you would like it to do, but it ideally is going to need to incorporate elements of theater mixed in with the different skills that we're going to be learning for this first level." I know that all of you are going to be learning this for the first time. None of you have these skills mastered. So it's going to be difficult and it's going to be trying, but with practice, you all will be able to perform at a first level absolutely by the end of the year. And she goes on to explain different performances that have happened before. Like people put on like little plays that incorporate different spells, like the quote unquote actors. They're all like one person shows, but the different actors and characters will be performing different spells when it feels necessary and whatnot. And so Ellen, your task for the midterm, which will come up, I can go over how many sessions it'll be roughly until the midterm, will be to figure out what sort of performance you want to do. It's up to you how much effort you want to put into it. You can think of it day of, or you can put planning into it. The more effort that you as a player put into it, the easier it will be. Like the lower the difficulty, the more like you'll get advantage, so on and so forth.
I've already written like 3 mini stories that I can like kind of describe and act as I play, so
There
I'm
you go.
ready. I saw this and I'm like, this is gonna be fun. We got options already. We're working on it.
And so that's going to be the midterm, and then the final will be a different one, which will be a little harder, and there'll be different things that'll like go into it as well. And so all of them like have to incorporate things that a level 1 bard is able to do, sort of thing. So whatever spells like a level 1 bard is able to cast, the skills that a level 1 bard has, and whatnot, is all of these things are things you're going to be learning in that class.
Will we
Cool.
pick up spells like along the way throughout the year?
Mhm.
Like we continue to work on them.
Yeah, you guys will be like periodically like working on them and whatnot. And so in like the downtime, like when we go over like, hey, what classes do you want to focus on? You could be like, I want to focus on Bardic Mastery and I want to focus on this specific spell.
Okay.
And if you practice it enough and you roll well enough, it'll be like, cool, you now feel proficient with this spell.
What
sort
if
of
you
thing.
struggle with rolling, like just as a general thing?
Then it'll take longer for you to master that spell.
I'm fucked. That's okay.
Um,
Human doesn't roll well. I'm starting to learn that really, really quickly.
the more you practice with certain classes, obviously the easier those classes will be. And because you have the skills in them, it shouldn't be too hard. Unlucky rolls absolutely are going to happen though.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Do you have any questions for the teacher? Do you have any questions for like? Do you try and talk to any students while you're
I
in
just
there?
talked to a couple students. Yes.
Cool.
Who's the student I was looking at? 'Cause he just seemed cool. The little goblin bard. I liked his vibe. I was like, do you know what he performed or anything? Zoran Darkscale is his name.
Let me find. I'm still trying to find that thing with all the different students. There we go. First year goblin. That's the cleric.
I
That's
just like
also
this little guy, this little like bard, this little bard goblin. I'm in love with him, man.
Yeah, there we go. I see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he also he plays a harp. And he also casts the light spell. It's like a relatively he had like a decent enough time doing it. You sort of talk to him a little bit, and he's like not the most confident person in the world. But he's like excited his mom was a bard, and so he wants to, you know, be a bard like she was. But he doesn't know if he found his instrument just yet. He like his mom played the harp, so he's playing the harp. But he doesn't really know if he wants to do that.
Oh, I'll be like, I've got a couple spare instruments. Like, if you want to ever like come try them out.
Oh,
And like, I
yeah.
know a few. Like, I know like a violin and like the flute. Like, I practiced on a load of things.
Oh, that would be great. You know, the harp is fun and all, and I love it, but I don't know. I just don't know if I have like the dexterity for it or the flow. I think I want something with more of like a punch to it, you know?
Ooh, like maybe like drums or something.
Yeah, maybe. Or like a guitar or like a
Oh,
something like bass, maybe.
I love him. Oh my god.
He's so
Yeah,
cute.
I love him. Like, oh my
Now
god.
I'm just picturing that before the end of our 4 years here, Zarek's gonna need to use the various enchanting and smithing bits to make an actual electric guitar. Have like
Yeah,
shoulder mounted amps or
man.
something.
Please, can we get this little guy just a yes, absolutely. That's our goal. We're getting this guy an electric guitar. And yeah, so like yeah, like I think that'd be really cool. It just takes a lot of
Nice.
practice finding what you're good at.
And he goes on to talk about he's like, yeah, my mom used to play harp, and she was a great bard, and so I wanted to come here and try and do that. So yeah, I'm not super good at it. I can only cast the light spell, but I'm hoping that by the end of the year I'll actually be able to like call myself a bard. Right now I just play the harp and I can just cast a cantrip.
Well, like
So
I can.
I'm also imagining it as the giant like floor length
Mm-hmm.
harp, and it's like,
Yeah.
how do you even carry that on an adventure?
How is he carrying
And
it?
then my
He
mind
uses the
jumped
one in
to
the school.
imagine a traveling bard with like just one of those grand pianos as his bard weapon.
Just
He
throw it at
like
people.
there's one on stage, like there's a bunch, like there is a piano and stuff like that for
Mhm.
people to like use spells.
Piano.
And I think the other thing that he talks about is he's like, yeah, I can't practice much because I can only do it in one space. So it would be nice to have something that I could like the little harp would be pretty cool.
Oh, like this? Kind of like Clever Liar, which is a little harp, right?
Yeah. Like that would be cool. Uh, but yeah, I think I want to before the end of the year. I think I want to figure out something else.
Well, I think you did really great. You know, like I only know, I know like another counter, but I've never actually used it. Like, just seems it's like this is like I don't like it hurts people, and I don't really want to do that, and it seems like a bit mean. So, but yeah, like I think you did really well.
Lend
He gives
him
you like
the
a
liar.
gives you a
I don't
big
want to give him my liar just
big
yet.
smile. But yeah, you guys talk for a little bit. I'll say most of the people end up like heading out. Um, but
Yeah.
you know that you're going to see a lot of these people in your next class also, which is
Mhm.
the jack of all trades. So you still have a chance
Yeah.
to talk to them. And we will move on to Hero. Hero. Where did that go?
I love this part of sessions because it's just a podcast that I get to listen to.
Hero. And I guess Clemency also.
I am also here. Never mind.
You are
Surprise.
to your divination class.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull that up for the divination teacher. Boop, boop. Boop.
By the way, I just really quick for clarification, did Clava want to see Clemency today or tomorrow?
Ideally sometime today.
Okay, gotcha. Sure.
Boop, boop, boop. And this is your beautiful Salaman teacher.
There's so much rep at this school.
She has
Smash.
like beautiful
Zam.
blue skin with these beautifully elegant horns, and she has all of these different elegant markings all along her face. And she introduces herself as Valra Darkspire. And she goes on to talk about how she goes, I teach the divination class. I also teach divine healing. So there's also paladins in this class as well. So this class, to paint the picture, is a little bigger than some of the other classes. It's bigger than the divine healing class because divine healing is solely for clerics, whereas divine combat is solely for paladins. Whereas the divination class is for all of them. This goes over what to be a divine conduit, if you will.
Is that guy? Is that guy from Renia's group here?
He is
Oh.
there. And Yoni is there as well. And she goes on and she talks about the things that you're going to be doing in class. She talks about the importance of finding a god that is right for you. And she goes on to say, like, she acknowledges that some people may have connections with gods already that are relatively firm. Others are able to tap into this divine power and use divine spells, but don't have connections to a god. And this whole class is going to be going over different gods and the importance of picking the right one and following their creed and what it means to break the creed. And that the final is not a final exam as much as it is a final ceremony of you. I believe I told you. Did I tell you guys the ceremony?
Yeah,
Mhm.
the like oil
Yeah.
and the.
So she goes over that and what that means, like the importance of picking the god that like calls to you, like your spirit calls to. But there's a good chance that you'll have multiple options. And also, if you have a god right now, that you potentially during the ceremony could change gods and the repercussions for that. She's a very sweet teacher. She goes on to talk about how she's a Salaman and that she was discriminated against because of that. And so she has a zero tolerance for any sort of like bullying, abuse, anything like that, any sort of
Oh my
mistreatment,
god.
making fun of people, she absolutely does not tolerate that in her class. And that if anyone needs anything, that they can reach out. And she looks at Haven,
Haven.
like
Haven, what are you
Haven's
suddenly.
doing here?
here.
Hey
Sorry,
guys, you
not here.
guys,
She's
I'm
like,
back.
Haven, get the fuck
She
out
looks
of
at
this
Haven.
class.
She's like, get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out. No one wants you here. Get out. Also, I don't
Haven
tolerate bullying.
throws her.
Also, I don't tolerate bullying, and I was discriminated against. I hate staters.
I hate Haven so much. Just her.
Haven
Um,
leaves.
but she looked then immediately afterwards. She looks at Hero, and she looks at Clemency also.
Clumsy is
And gives you a
smiling. The biggest,
subtle
stupidest,
nod,
excited smile.
like acknowledging the fact that like you guys are both Salemans also, and you guys might have had different like upbringings compared to other people, and whatnot. And as like the you know the talk of the final is done after going over syllabus and what you guys are going to be working on, which is similar to what you guys heard from Haven, like Haven's teacher. Like everything you're learning is preparing you for the first year. The spells you're going to be going over are those spells, so on and so forth. As class ends, she calls over to both of you like pretty quietly, and she looks at you guys and she goes, "Hey, I just wanted to reach out privately and just say if you guys ever need anything, if you guys have any questions about anything, you guys can let me know, okay? I know figuring out Salem abilities can be difficult sometimes, um, and so if you guys need anything, you guys can let me know, okay?"
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
It was really nice to meet you. I look forward to learning from you. And he holds his hand out.
Yeah, and she shakes your hand, and she looks at both of you. She goes, "Has anyone talked to you? Are your parents Saleman?"
My dad adopted me. He's human.
Okay.
No, my parents are human too.
Okay. Well, and you see her shadow take the form of a little like spectral cat, and like her shadow is just gone, and it is now in the form of this cat that is standing next to her and sort of like purrs around her and is like weaving in and out of her legs and sort of nudges up against both of you. She goes, well, if you want, we can also outside of schoolwork, I can help you figure out some of the things that we can do. I know it can be hard to figure out how to how to control your abilities. And I think Hero.
Haven.
I think
She like peeks back in.
He's
Haven,
like,
come
"Get
back.
the
She
fuck
goes,
out
get
of
the
here."
fuck out of here. I already fucking told you.
I will not say it a third time. I will just kill you.
Oh my god. I'll kill you first, bitch. And then I cast Fireball at her.
I cast what is it? Power word kill.
Power word
But Haven, Hero, fuck.
Every time you get their names wrong, you have to individually give their characters a gold piece. That's the rule.
I need like a
Mhm.
fucking penny, dude. I need like a fucking equivalent of a swear jar. Hero is the person I'm talking about. Hero. You like we've never talked about having like this gift just yet.
Mhm.
But do you think you would have had experiences when you were younger, like similar to like because you read the thing on Salemans how they have like this like shadow cat or
Mhm.
this like shadow familiar sort of thing. Do you think Hero would have had any experiences when she was younger, maybe?
I'm gonna say probably not.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think this would be your first time experiencing like, oh shit, I could do that?
Yeah.
Um, and how about you, Clem? Like same situation for you. Do you think Clemency would have had any of these sort of experiences or
Um,
anything being a
not
Sailorman?
not specifically like shadow based things, but he has experienced abilities that seem not normal.
Yeah. And so Valera like looks at both of you and sees that you're both like, whoa, like I've never experienced that. And she goes, it can be hard at first to figure out what's happening. And people can look at you differently. Like some people don't like when I have my shadow off me.
Why?
Um, they're scared.
But it's so cute.
It's different. I know.
Yeah, it's just a
And
it's just a little cat.
you see she holds out her hand and the shadow leaps up, and as it does that, it like takes the form of a little bird,
Oh
sort of
my god, it can
flutters.
turn into multiple.
Um, and it then takes the shape of a little salamander. Um,
Oh.
she goes, it's not quite a familiar. It can't see through it. I can't um, you know, it can't fight battles for me. But it's a part of me. It is it has its uses. It does. But they're different, and people don't like that. So if it ever happens to you, or you ever want it, you want to learn how to control it and how to use it, um, you can come to me and I can help you. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Um, yeah. And she gives you guys a little bow, and the shadow disappears from her hand, and you see the shadow that's being cast behind her reappear. Um,
Mhm. Um,
um,
do you sorry, do you
mhm.
know Clava?
uh, I yeah, I do know Clava. Go
Like
ahead.
the shortness of that response. Like she's just a family friend, and she was here. She like welcomed me here with my dad, so I was just wondering if you knew her.
Oh, I do know Clava. Um,
Can I do an insight
yeah,
check on her?
yeah, go for it. Um,
This is a weird
Hero, if
ass
you want to do the
reaction.
same, um,
Mhm.
feel free.
God damn it, I got a
Oh
9.
wait, I rolled the
Shit.
wrong thing. I did the same thing, a 7.
7.
God damn it.
And then Clem, what did you roll?
I got a 9.
You got a 9. Like you guys get the feeling that like she probably just doesn't know her that well. Like
Okay.
she like knows who she is, but not well enough to be like, oh yeah, Clava, I love her. But like, yeah, I know her. You know. Um. So, but she goes, I. It's nice that you have a family friend that
No,
is at
I'm
school.
yeah, I'm trying to be a cleric for Alara. So, she's a valuable resource.
Wonderful. Well, yeah, that'll be perfect then. Um, I do you both have uh um gods that you would like to worship or are worshiping even?
Um, yeah, I have a connection to. I can't remember the name. Hero would know the name. I've already forgotten it.
Haven would know the
Adesha.
name.
Adesha.
Haven
Um,
doesn't.
did I say the wrong name?
Adesha?
Oh, I was like, did I say Haven?
Oh, no.
Okay. Um, she would say, yeah. I have a connection to Adesha.
Wonderful. Um, well, um, I think having a connection is very nice. I think keeping an open mind during class is good, but if you're set, absolutely, I think you can still use everything that you're going to be learning in this first class to help use the magic that you're already getting. And she turns to Clem and she goes, I think Alara is a perfect choice for you, and I think more gods may open up to you as well. So again, I would keep your eyes open to possibilities. Sometimes gods can reach out in strange ways to you. So
And the thought immediately comes into their head. God damn it! What if Jester wasn't some kind of good god, and then just shoves it down, just don't think about it. Like,
so
yeah, no,
uh,
keeping an open mind, definitely.
of course. Yeah, and you guys talk for a little bit more. Is there anything else you want to ask her about or anything before you guys sort of head out?
Uh,
I don't think so.
we do. Is divine healing also in this classroom, or is it in a different one?
Same classroom.
Okay.
Yeah. And classes are all like spread out in like different time frames and whatnot. So there's like a little bit of a break that you guys get. But Zarek, we're moving on to you. We're doing monastic practices. Who you haven't met her, but the rest of your group has met Vexari, Golden Paw, and you head
Obviously,
into
you need to just repost that exact same picture again.
the
There's a cat.
boop. Looks exactly the same. But yeah, she goes on to talk about the midterm and the final as well, going over you're going to be learning everything. And she specifically lets the group know that you're going to be put in practice against your peers. You're each going to be wearing 3 bells, and the goal is going to be to remove these bells. It is pass fail, but it's not based on if you take the other person's bells. It's how you strategize, how you attempt to learn your opponent's tactics mid combat. If you just stand there, she goes on to say, if you just stand there and let the opponent take all of them from you, that is how you will absolutely fail. If you try and learn, that is how you'll succeed. I'm not going to grade someone based on their skill right now. You're all learning. It's your ability to learn that I'm going to be grading. I will be more strict with the final, given you'll have done this once before. But again, it is not based on if you succeed, if you lose. And the class that you have is also relatively small. There's only like 5 or 6 people in this class. And she looks at the group and she goes, you'll be competing against people sitting next to you. Learn your opponents, learn how they fight. That is the best thing you can do. As potentially non-magic users, we need to make sure we know the fights we're going into as best we can. That is my best advice for you all. Tomorrow we'll be meeting bright and early for meditation practice. Do make sure you make the right choices tonight. She goes on to talk a little bit more about herself, stuff about the class, but the big takeaway is, learn the people around you in whatever ways you can. Not necessarily, she's not telling you like make friends with everyone, but like, as you're doing homework, maybe try and learn a little bit about the people around you. Zarek, is there anything you'd like to do while you're here? Do you want to talk to her or other students even? It's up to you.
Nothing for talking sprung to mind, but when she mentioned about having to fight the others, Zarek's probably gonna glance around to try and see if any of the others have weapons, or at least easily visible weapons.
Go
Just
for
as
it.
a basis.
Make a perception check.
Oh god,
17.
he's got a gun.
17. You don't see any firearms users. You don't see any specific long range users. Not like overtly. Like they might still be able to use like darts and daggers. But from what you saw from people like coming in and like unpacking, like just from seeing people like open up their bags to take out stuff, you see it's a lot of bow staffs. It's a lot of like
So
short
I
swords,
will
daggers.
say, when it comes to people opening up bags and seeing things, a bow staff is supposed to be taller than the wielder is.
Some
That'd
people
be-
have
Yeah,
bags of
those wouldn't
holding.
be those. Some people do, absolutely. But like as far as like daggers and like small things like that, like the people that have bow staffs would have them like attached to their bag and stuff. Although there are like collapsible bow staffs that people can have as well. But yeah, so
Yeah.
the biggest thing that you would notice from that is there's no like you don't notice any overtly like long range monk users. Like everyone seems to be like probably like using their hands or like staffs or stuff like that. So you definitely seem like you have an advantage on distance when it comes to that.
Alright.
But yeah.
Operation Shoot the Classmates is a go.
um yeah. As that sort of winds down, cool. You sort of look around, and the teacher's pretty like blunt for the most part. Like she's not unfriendly by any means, but she's very much like. I'll read her description for you. Yeah, she is very like stern in how she talks, but a lot of the things that she does talk about, and she mentions her volunteering and charity work to this group as well. And on top of that, she emphasizes a little more how she thinks it's important for people within this class to volunteer and to do more. And she mentions Gielen as a monastery that used to do good, and the people lost their way, which is why Gielen sort of dissolved. Um, and how it's important for people that practice monastic traits to try and uphold a higher standard for society.
What
So
did Lim
Yellen
do
has
to mess it
fallen.
up?
Alright.
It's well, that's something that Zarek actually will probably learn about at some point. And same with ancient history. The ancient history class might touch upon stuff like that. Because that was a long time ago at this point. But yeah. Clemency
Yeah.
and Hero. You guys are in your divine healing class, which is also with the same teacher that you talked to before. This one is only clerics. There's no paladins in this. Why did the music stop? Oop. Actually, not a tavern. This is strictly all clerics, and
Oops,
so
all clerics.
oops, only to clerics. So it's a smaller class, and she sort of has everyone sit a little closer. And the way that class is sort of started in this one, since everyone has like seen each other already, she gives this speech about how classes are gonna go, like how this is gonna go, like the specific things that you guys are going to be working on. And she has everyone share a moment that if they've had one, where they've been able to practice healing before. They've been able to use healing magic. And she shares a story of one time she was with her adventuring group, which she sometimes goes with still. And she talks about how a friend was hurt and she was absolutely panicked. It was one of her first times adventuring. She didn't fully know if she could form the spell that she wanted to do, but she knew she had to, and she leaned into her god and almost let her god like flow through her, and that's how her spell was like cast. She like I said, she wasn't confident she was able to do it, but she allowed her god to sort of take control and cast this spell. And do either of you have a time that you would want to share of like small acts of healing or small acts of magic that are similar, or some sort of interaction with your god that you guys have?
Hmm.
Go for it.
Yeah, she would be like, yeah, I've never had an experience with healing magic, but I have used the heroism spell before.
Oh, and when did you use that?
I was practicing with my mom. She's also a cleric, and um, I just had that connection. I felt that connection to who I think is going to be my god, Adesha, and was just able to, I guess, do it.
Beautiful. And how does your god's magic present itself to you? How do you for me, I'm a cleric of Magistra, and so when her magic flows through me, I can see weaves of magic everywhere. These threads. It's almost like if you've walked through like beads, like a bead door before. It feels like that. I see threads of purple, like shimmering purple everywhere, and I can see how it connects everyone together. How does your god express magic?
It's kind of like it's all these shapes, um, like a prism of colors and like these hexagons and kind of like a kaleidoscope of like these different things kind of like meshing together.
And Rania um,
Oh yeah, I
sort
forgot
of
she's fucking
like
here.
laughs, like not like a quiet chuckle, and you hear her go like, "Yeah, right."
Fucking mean.
That's bullying. Yo, you can tell on her. That's bullying.
Yeah, I'll look at the teacher.
It seems like she didn't notice it. You heard
Oh,
it
then I'll
though.
look at Rainia and I'll say, what does your connection look like?
Um, well, there was this one time when we were on the road, and there was a little chipmunk, and I sort of pauses and she goes, I went up to it and I called out, and I just felt the god take over me, and all of the grass started to grow around me, and everything started to move, and I brought this little chipmunk back to life.
Can I do an
And she's gonna
insight
laugh
check
like
on
that.
that?
Yeah, do
She's
it.
gonna start laughing.
Well, I
When did
totally
that
believe her.
happen?
I totally believe her. I got a nat 1. That's amazing. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
you're yeah,
We should
it
all
I
say
really
got an
that.
was.
11.
You know that she's fucking lying, and the teacher like looks at her but doesn't say anything, but just looks at her and gives her like a nod of like, that's not true. But lets it go. She's not gonna call her out in front of everyone.
Why
Oh yeah,
not,
Hira's
though?
gonna laugh. Like she's gonna laugh out loud.
Oh.
And
I'd be like, I'll have to talk to mom about that.
the teacher looks at you and she goes, are you both siblings?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful, both of you being able to practice the same types of magic. um And she goes, have you practiced when you were younger? And Urania, before you have a chance to say anything, goes, oh, she never really wanted to practice with mom and I, so it was mostly just me and my
Fuck you,
mother that
son of a
practiced
bitch.
together.
I'll roll my eyes where the teacher can see me. And so she knows she's lying.
And she takes a beat, and when she sees that interaction, she goes, oh, okay, and just moves right on. Not touching all that family drama. And she looks at Yoni, and people start sharing stories about, gods and whatnot of who they want to worship. There's very few people that have chosen, like Rania has chosen her god, although it like hasn't been confirmed like yours is clearly, but she's like she's like, this is my god. Um, Clemency is like, this is the god I want. And then you have a connection, and you seem to be actually the only one that has like had experiences similar to the teacher of like seeing a god's influence, and people sort of take note of that, and are kind of impressed at that. But when it gets to Yoni goes, I haven't actually really been able to make any sort of
Oh.
connection. I don't know who, like what god. I'm hoping that the divination class will help me learn, like what god I would like to pick. And the teacher goes, so what made you want to pick to be a cleric? Like, what made you want to go down that path? And she goes, yeah, I just want to be able to help people and learn about the different gods, and how they interact with the people of this world, and how they can help. But yeah, no, I don't know what god I want to pick just yet. Alara seems like a good one though. So
Oh, yeah, no, she's great.
um,
As far as I know,
yeah.
she's. I haven't talked to her yet.
She goes, oh, Adesha seems cool as well. And Harmora seems like a great one. So I don't know. But yeah. Class sort of settles in, and she goes over the final. And the final is going to be, and this will be more based on roles and everything. But the midterm and
We're
the
gonna
final
stab
are
classmates at random, and you have to heal them.
students are going to be given like fake patients to diagnose with critical conditions, and then use non-magical methods to help stabilize them. And you're going to be graded on your abilities and knowledge of like situations. So she goes on to explain like the foundations of magic. If you're tapped, you don't have any magic, you still need to be able to heal. And this class is going to be focusing on fundamentals of like how people get hurt, how people are healed non-magically, and then magically. So you sort of finish that. You guys all get together.
Clem has a little experience
Actually,
with that.
do you guys have any questions? I know you literally just talked to her, but are there any students that you want to talk to? Like, do you try and talk to your sister specifically?
Yeah, but yeah.
What do you say to her?
It would be after class, obviously, and it'd be like this thing where I'd kind of pull her aside.
Just, what's up?
I'm just gonna be blunt. Just because I have had that connection before doesn't give you the right to try to embarrass me in class.
So true, killer.
She sort of pauses for a second. She goes, I just don't believe that you actually did that. I think you're just looking for attention, and that's fine. But I don't think you need to lie, and then to make me lie.
I'll look
'Cause
at her
you're
in the eye and be like,
something else.
look me in the eye. What reason would I have to lie?
I don't know. I think maybe you just want to stand out, because like everyone
I
thought you were
already
so
figured out.
cool. Yeah, but maybe you want to stand out in a good way.
There's a duck.
And that duck says, "You're a bitch."
But yeah, she goes, maybe you just want to stand out in a good way.
That is racist.
You don't have to believe me, and that's okay. But you're still my family, and I don't want to embarrass you in class. And I don't think I deserve you doing the same.
Well, if you agree not to tell lies, and try and
What
embarrass
a
me,
fucking
I
bitch.
will do the same. Okay?
Oh, I wasn't lying, and I don't know.
Did you tell
I don't
Mom?
think there's. No, I have not told Mom.
Well, I feel like if you had this experience, you'd want to share it with Mom. And I feel like I would have heard about it, or Mom would have heard about it, and that's all
I
I'm
mean, I can
saying.
call Mom right now.
I mean,
Here, I'll call Mom right now, and I'll pull out the the sending stone.
she puts her hand over the sending stone. She goes, "It's fine. I believe you. You don't need to tell her."
I mean, I'm still gonna tell her about it, but it
Do you just
happened
want
at
to be?
school.
Do you just want to be the favorite child or
Oh
something?
my
Is that
fucking
your goal?
god. Why is this my
I mean,
sister?
it feels like it's your goal.
Well, I've always been the favorite child, and you're Dad's favorite, and I'm Mom's favorite, and I feel like you're trying to be both of their favorites.
They are my parents, so
Yeah.
sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
And she
Wait, is your sister adopted?
have you not told the party that?
No.
Oh.
She sort of pauses. She goes. She turns around and starts walking away, and over her shoulder she goes, "At least I don't look like the adopted one." And
Whoa! Racism! In front of God and everybody?
do you do anything as she's walking away?
No.
And you hear her like sniffle a little bit as she's walking away.
Oh, well,
Um,
don't be racist!
Well, no. I will yell, I am sorry.
She just keeps walking. She doesn't seem to acknowledge. You do, as you like are sort of standing there for a second and you shout that out, the teacher comes around the corner. She goes, "Do you want to talk about it?"
I love her.
Yeah.
And you guys sort of head in, and her shadow disappears and forms as like a little like long like wiener dog that just sort of
Oh, that's
curls up
delightful.
on your lap as like a little emotional support wiener dog. And she goes, "It's hard, and it's not going to get any easier, Hero. But the important thing is knowing who you are and who you want to be. No one in the world is going to change. They want us to change. We need to stand as dead fast as we can on who we are. Okay?"
You know, there's something funny about having that as the inspirational speech given to her, given that Hero basically decided less than a week ago to change her name.
I
It's like,
mean,
does she
yeah.
actually know who she is at this point?
Yeah.
Could it be that we're all barely adults that have issues personally with our identities?
But she
Probably a bit, yeah.
she looks at you and she goes, "If you ever have problems with your sister, I can talk to her for you if you need me to." Okay?
I'll have to talk to her later. I shouldn't have said what I said to her.
It's okay.
Should've been racist.
Things are
Yeah.
said in anger.
Hero's thinking, well, she shouldn't be a bitch, but
She goes, "Unfortunately, the situation that we're in, a lot of times we have to be the bigger people. So I think it's the right thing to do. I don't think fighting anger with anger is the right thing to do. But I understand why you did it." So,
thank you.
and she sort of swirls her hand, and the little wiener dog that's on your lap fades And you see her shadow reappear behind her. Um, yeah, and before long, um, all the different classes finished, and you guys all find yourself. Do you guys think you would have met up in Zarek's dorm or in
I need
the
to talk to
Sonora house dorm?
Clava.
True, that is true. Yeah. Would you head with the rest of the group first and then meet up with Clava, or would you just go straight to Clava and just meet up after?
I think that they tell everyone I'm gonna just go see Clava really, really quick. And I'll like meet up wherever you guys are going.
Nice. Yeah, you head to the counselor building and you see the previously unoccupied room seems like it has the lights on.
Oh, good. I'll kind of knock on the door, on the kind of door frame if
Sure,
the door's open.
sure. The door's closed. You hear people talking inside. Um, and you hear it'll just be a moment, and a few moments pass. You hear multiple voices in there actually.
Can I understand? Can I
Um,
hear what any of them are saying?
I'll say make a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Um,
Perception check with disadvantage. Yeah, no, I got a nat 1. I cannot hear shit.
She has a little like music device that's playing, projecting on the outside to make it harder for people to hear.
You know what? Good idea.
That's an actual thing that I've seen like therapists in college use, which was pretty cool. But as the door opens, you see Garrick. I don't know why I pick some of these names sometimes. I'm like, they look so cool, but they're so hard to pronounce.
Well,
Zarin,
just be glad that you don't have Garrick and Zarek in the same class.
yeah. Zayn, Stormbeak, Drakkar, and Trish walk out. The group that you guys heard about through Haven.
Oh.
You see the four of them walk out of Clava's room.
Huh.
And they sort of give you a nod and keep on moving. And Clava looks at you and goes, "Clemency, it's good to see you."
Hi. I came over as soon as class was done.
Perfect. Yes, come in. And she sits you down.
No.
The red lights come on. And she's like, "Oh, sorry."
Sorry, that's for your father.
And she says, "How was the first day of classes?"
Pretty good. Everything seems like it's gonna be going good.
Good. Have you haven't heard any voices, right?
No, not since you removed it.
Good, very good. Good. Well, that means it's firmly in place. Sometimes spells like that don't take hold properly.
What kind of spell did you use?
It was a combination of certain things as a way to sort of lock your psyche out from other things.
That's not gonna affect, like, if I can make a connection with a god to be a cleric, right?
It shouldn't. I will be with you the day before to make sure that it doesn't.
Okay.
So I would not worry. Once you have a god secured to you, they will act as your protection.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so I'm glad you're having a good first day. I'm sorry I wasn't here earlier. Some red tape, if you
Yeah,
will.
no, I called Dad earlier, and he mentioned that you were having problems with administration.
The school and I have had differences in the past for various silly reasons.
Right.
And they were giving me problems, which they haven't before, but this year they felt strongly. But we were able to work everything out, um, and I am back in my old position.
Mm. I I was wondering actually something.
Mhm.
Um, how do you know my dad?
I met him years ago. Um, I think he was working on the ship that I was taking, um, and we began talking. I needed protection. He said he could do some protection work, like via the sea. Um, and then for a few years, I really only saw him when I would sail. He would help me, um, go from place to place, pretty much. And then I helped him get a job in Heron for a little bit. Um, but yeah, and then ever since then, we've stayed relatively close.
Uh,
Why?
I'm I'm just, I've been, especially after what happened, I've been, thinking a lot about my childhood and stuff like that, and I
Mm.
don't ever remember seeing you, but clearly you were there at some point because you did the like point, like throws a thumb back to his back.
Oh, yes. I don't. You were quite young for that. I don't think you
Yeah.
would remember that. But no, I was not around very much when you were young.
Did
Aside from that,
did he ever tell you about the people that were following us?
um, not too much. I do know that people are after you. He doesn't. He never told me why people are after you. Uh, I honestly don't think he knows. I think he just knows that people want you, and that's enough.
Right.
And so I'm gonna be keeping an eye on you. Okay?
Yeah. He holds up the amulet and is like, "Do you know what this is? You know what this
Your
does?"
father. Your father already told me about it.
Yeah, no. I'm just if it's a large and I've been wearing this since I was a baby. But if it's a large group, I don't know if they're having people cast that kind of thing constantly and if they've already seen me.
Um, I I don't think so. I think people want you, but I don't know if they have, you know, people year round all the time, 24/7 casting scrying on you. I would doubt it. I would highly doubt it. But I wouldn't
I
be surprised if a few times a year they try and look for you.
we
So
haven't been seeing them as much these last couple years.
maybe they gave up.
I hope so. That would make my life a lot easier.
Only time will tell, Clemency.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
am,
I
and um, yeah, I think she would spend a decent amount of time just like talking back and forth with you, just about random things,
Mhm.
like how do you like your dorm? Like, what clubs are you joining? Like, are you, just like random little things about like how do you like the city?
Mhm.
I think she would talk to you for as long as like you wanted to talk to her, sort of thing. Like, she doesn't seem like she's in a rush. Um,
I do think that he would ask just out of curiosity. Like he doesn't mean if this is like a rude question. why have you had problems with the administration?
She quickly goes, I don't really want to talk about that right now. I just finished dealing
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, no,
Um,
sorry.
It's okay. Nothing to be sorry about. Just a hassle that I'm excited to have behind me.
And you're gonna be here the rest of the year?
Yeah, I'll be here for this foreseeable future.
Okay, that's good. You
Yeah.
know, I asked my my teacher if if she knew you, and she said yeah. So it seems like a lot of people, a lot of people who work here know who you are. But
Yeah. I do know quite a number of people. So, but
there's a group that we've been having some problems with, and I brought up your name, and then they didn't know who you are, so I got kind of embarrassed.
I wouldn't expect first years or honestly any of the years to know me. I don't have a reputation like that with students. So, don't feel embarrassed.
I'm going out tonight just for a while. I'm gonna be back before curfew 100%.
Good.
Do you think it's safe for me to do that?
Stay in populated areas, but yes, I think especially this first day where there's a lot of students
Hmm.
going on, nothing major is going to happen. You're going to
And
have a lot of people around you.
I have someone I'm walking back to the dorm with too, so.
Good, very good. Well, just be responsible, Clem. I know
I'm not gonna
your
drink.
dad worried, so yeah, good. I think you're gonna be great. I think you're gonna have fun tonight. Okay, just be responsible. That's all you need to do. Okay, Clem.
Okay. And yeah, no.
And she gives you a little hug.
Yeah, okay. It's like, okay, this is a
Yeah.
hug. This is a hug relationship. Sweet.
Yeah. And then you guys all eventually meet back up at the dorm. What do you guys think as we sort of are like wrapping up? How do you guys think the night would go? Like where are you guys going? Is there anyone in particular you guys would want to talk to as the night goes on? The night is going to be full of like drinking, games, just like loitering outside. How do you guys think that's going to go? Also, where are you staying? Are you sneaking back into the dorms or are you going to stay at your dad's?
I'll have you know that I'm going back to the dorms on time.
Everyone else except for
With
Clem.
Yoni.
I think
Before
Zarek may actually head back on time as well.
Okay.
Just because also, since heavy training in the morning
Yeah,
probably does
that's
not lend
true.
itself well to a hangover.
Okay. I will be right back. Hold up 1 second while you guys think.
So my
Also,
housemate was
it's gonna
talking
be
to
a
me during this
girls'
entire
night for you
conversation.
guys.
Okay, so it's a girls' night. Okay.
Mhm.
It's a girls' night. Okay. Okay. You know
We're
what?
gonna have to
Like,
kill Hero's sister. That's what we're gonna do tonight.
that's what
And
I'm like.
then
These girl things. This.
I'm really hoping I'm getting all the nat ones out right now.
It's horrific. It's actually fucking horrific right now, man. I just keep rolling nat ones. Oh, but you know what? I'm just saying, like, Haven and Hero could be like, oh, we're gonna head home just a little bit early, and then we could just crash it, like, right now. Because, like, I can bring you there. I don't want to bring the others there. We don't know them as well, you know, and they're not my party.
You know what? I'm gonna change my dice on D&D Beyond. That's probably gonna help.
I tried that. It didn't work. These really got worse. I've changed them 3 times.
I haven't used the Aurora Borealis one yet.
I kind of want to like party with that little goblin guy. I feel like he's absolutely out partying.
It's so sparkly. Am I insane or do Yoni and Clem have chemistry? Am I crazy or
Nah, I guess that's about right.
you think it's about right that I'm crazy?
Yeah.
Obviously, Yoni's planning to use you as a human sacrifice later on.
Obviously, yeah.
That's how she's
She-
gonna get her
She's
god.
part of the group that's trying to catch you.
That would be fucked up.
She's now trying to get you to a spot where she can hand you off to agents of the group.
That's why
Like,
it's a good thing that I'm walking alone with her back to our dorm because we do have to split off from Zarek eventually.
Yep.
like, do they have a patron already? Do we know that? Because they were talking
She
about
can
losing that
use
stuff.
magic. I'm pretty sure because we fought her in her
Right.
party.
Because they not like don't use it just yet. That's what they were saying, right?
They don't have they don't know what god they're going for. Yeah,
Yeah.
She could
Do
be
they
a
use a
warlock.
I think she
Well, we know they're
100% is a warlock.
I think they're all warlocks, maybe apart from like. Who has
The ones
something
that
to do
aren't.
with it? Yeah. Well, make a list. Any of them that are magical probably have them. Maybe not like the ranger and the fighter, but definitely Yoni and the lizard. They're absolutely warlocks.
That's the vibe that I get. Yeah.
I wonder if I'll see Yoni in the patron class.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. That'll be a good sign. If you see her
It just so
and the lizard and
we all
Cashin.
took those.
Hello.
We could get some information from them tonight if they were to slip up a little bit. You know, just talk with the patron class. Just like
Just
you know,
remember,
flavor the
you
class.
can't hold anywhere near as much alcohol as when you were dead.
Oh yeah, well, jokes on you. Haven's actually undead. I should tell anyone.
So what's the plan for tonight?
Really quick. We don't have to RP this, but I think Hero is gonna call her mom and just like tell on her sister and on herself, just so she can tell the story of her God's connection, and then delve into these things were said, and I said this, and I feel really bad that I said this thing, but I thought you should hear it before you hear from her.
Your mom is super upset with you. She sort of like gives you a bunch of shit for like treating your sister like that.
But did you say anything cool about the connection for the god?
I think that's sort of like overshadowed a little bit by her being like, I can't believe you would do that to her. Like, imagine how she would feel and everything. Like, very much discrediting the fact that like you are sort of treated like the adopted sibling sometimes. But at the end of the call, she is pretty much just like, well, I'm glad you made a connection, but you don't need to like rub it in your sister's face and be mean to her.
Well,
but I'm glad that you did the right thing.
Tell her not to tell the class I'm a liar.
Especially when she's secretly a warlock. Everyone's secretly a warlock.
Are we all warlocks, right? We're all like.
Oops, all warlocks.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought we were. Just had to double check.
Oops, all warlocks.
But
Warlock is, I will say, Warlock is the one class that you guys could instantly get to level 1 at.
well, you know what? There are consequences to doing that, and I think that's a bad idea. And no one should ever be a warlock.
I'm gonna be a warlock.
Shut up. Don't say that. Don't undermine this.
And then 5 minutes later, somehow already, you've managed to take on 2 different patrons and break your compact with both of them.
Of course, yeah.
I see a yellow flower.
How many yellow flowers have we seen on campus?
I mean, like a normal amount. There's a bunch of different
What's it-
flowers.
It's all
There's a
about
bunch of yellow flowers outside of my house right now. Should I be worried?
Yes.
No.
We actually do have a daffodil field that we've over the years planted on the family graveyard plot. So to the point where it's actually a local landmark during the spring.
Whoa. That's really cool.
But yes, so there's a lot of yellow flowers outside.
Yeah, I think canonically, like in the game, I think so. I made the thing for like how you guys level up, and I think I'm gonna change it for classes. So, um, in order of easiest, Warlock is the easiest one to rank up. Like the DC for each level is going to be significantly lower, because it has the drawbacks of like you're beholden to a patron. Like your patron is specifically giving you these gifts, and like basically like injecting you with like magical steroids. You know what I mean? And then below that would be Cleric and Paladin, because that's another one that's being injected, but it's a little harder because the god lets you figure it out. But they give you everything you need, and then it's Sorcerer. I think would be the next easiest one, and then all the other ones fall under like the same category of like you need hard work and ability to do it. So if anyone wants to make a jump to Warlock at literally any point, literally just say the Queen's name 3 times.
Obviously,
It's
somehow
like her.
someone winds
She's
up
like
with
Bloody
Rowan as a
Mary in
patron.
this universe.
Love it. But yeah, what are you guys planning for tonight? Clem's going home early, being walked home by Zarek and Yoni.
So Haven and Hero are partying. Absolutely.
Nice.
And
Love it.
depending on the vibes, I feel like we should base this like on like how, because we don't know these people, so like how much crack they are,
Mhm.
If
Yeah.
they're good, we'll stay out. If not, we can just slide on back to my room in my dad's. Just stay there. If they don't notice us leaving, kind of thing. We don't want to leave.
Yeah, I mean,
Can we also party with the goblin, that little goblin guy?
Crew,
see him
yeah,
out?
you definitely would see him out. You'd see
If
a
we-
whole bunch of people from your different
Yeah.
classes, and you would start like people start conversations with you, you start conversations with them. Like this is how you guys are like really intermingling with a bunch of different people. Like going to parties, you like meet random people and they become your best friend for like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? It's very much like that situation down at the market. There's all sorts of people from all different years there. Although a lot of the 4th years aren't out, not all of them are out. Myro's group absolutely is out, and the ones that are really are like at taverns. A lot of them are at like 11 ales, because like it's like an indoor place. The food is all really good. It's all really cheap. There's like music, and it's like
And the
they're
guy who owns
they're
it is
more
rich.
refined, you know. But some of them are at the market street for sure. But yeah, you see Rainia and her group are all out. And Rainia comes up to you at one point. She goes, I'm sorry for what happened before. Okay.
I'm sorry too. I shouldn't have said what I said. It was really hurtful, and I wanted to hurt you, but because you hurt me, but I shouldn't have said that because it went too far.
It's okay. I think we're gonna have to learn to live with each other better. And we have a class together. So I think
Class is, but yeah.
yeah, we can figure out how to coexist. Okay.
I'll take it.
And
I'll shake her hand.
yeah, she like awkwardly shakes your hand. And her group and your group like talks a little bit, but like Rainia's pretty standoffish for the most part. Breeze, who's the Pantheran artificer, they're like relatively chill and neutral for the most part. Um, Arrow is pretty quiet and also leaves early that night. Um, and then Helena also is like pretty whatever. Like she, take it or leave it sort of thing. She's not super friendly as opposed to like Yoni's group, who is like very much trying to like joke around and everything with you guys. But yeah, is there anything in particular that you guys want to do? Any thoughts for things? Like I said, Market Street is full of drinking games, like carnival style games. People playing music. There's all sorts of people that can be interacted with. So if there's anyone like in particular you didn't get a chance to talk to during class or anything, now's the time.
Two things. First of all, I feel like just generally go in, say hi to Myro, just say hello. I'd be like, hey, first class went great. Nothing is going on. Bye, kind of thing, you know?
Cool. Easy.
Yeah, generally saying hi. I don't think this group would be out, but it would be funny if they are. If Garrick's like
Garrick's group?
anywhere. Yeah.
Looking around for them? No, you don't see them, unfortunately.
No. Okay. Is there any other groups that had? Who were the groups we were hearing stories about? Who like what was the big like the cool group? Fourth years?
The group of fourth years, you would see them at the tavern.
Yeah,
What
the ones going to
number?
the thingy.
Whose rumor was that?
That was the big one. Like the really cool people.
Oh, that was the group. That was the
Yeah.
group, right?
Yeah.
And they were third years. That's group 10,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
They?
Yeah, because they didn't have a healer specifically.
Oh,
Which
that's a consequence.
which was also like one of the other big things of people were like, how did you guys survive a fight with a young dragon being so young and not having a healer?
Warlock.
Warlocks cannot heal. I mean, I guess they could be a higher level
Yeah,
if they're
Celestial warlocks can heal.
Can they? Do they have healing spells?
I believe the Celestial
I'm pretty
ones.
sure.
At the very least, they have fake healing in the form of getting temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, they could like temporary hit point themselves. But yeah, they're there. It's a Ursidin, a Halflin, a Felinin, and a Farron. And they're all just like there, laughing, joking. They're third years, and they're all hanging out, doing their thing.
Oh,
Do you
the
try and
third?
talk to them?
Oh no, absolutely not. They're too cool.
Oh,
Who's the coolest first year or second year that we can see?
Yeah.
Who's the coolest, hottest second year?
coolest, hottest second year. I feel like that would have to be where were they? The group. I had it on my list.
So like, do you think we should like talk to them then? Like, we should absolutely talk to them.
The third years?
Well, like, no, like the whole person that we're currently identifying.
Yeah. As soon as we find the coolest, hottest person, yeah, we should definitely do that.
Our Clemency is Eric here for these shenanigans. How late in the night is this?
I feel like cutest, hottest second years is probably happening late at night.
Okay, right. We have another.
I'm not
right, we need-
participating in coolest, hottest second year.
It's group 12, which is the Tinkerers. They're like maybe
Oh,
not like the hottest, but like
Oh.
people are like they're definitely up. Like they're up there with like the smartest people you could think of. Like they're second year students and they're about to like make a fucking mech
Oh, yeah. Let's talk to them.
yeah. Okay, wait. We
like
should have a
they're-
first. We should have a shot first, and then we should. They kind of look at you, like Yoni could be like, "Do any of you guys want to go up?" You know.
Salem goes,
How drunk are they? I feel like that also reflects his position.
the human Salem drunk, the Ursidin not drunk, the Lizardin, Crashin, who's like a small Lizardin, is like kind of drunk.
Okay.
But Harna seems relatively sober despite drinking a decent amount. But Salem goes, I'm too drunk for this. I'm going to find the nearest tree
Or are
to
you just
sleep
drunk
under.
enough?
No.
You gotta think of it that way, man.
And he like just stumbles off and just like you see him just like plop into a bush.
Be safe.
Harna goes, I'll make sure he finds somewhere to
Yeah.
sleep. And she sort of puts him over his shoulder or her shoulder, and she looks at Crashin. She goes, Crashin, are you staying out? And he nods and goes, yeah, I'm gonna see what these guys are doing. And she goes, all right, I'll see you in the morning, I guess. I don't know where we're gonna wind up. The unconscious Salem and Harna trot off, and Crashin goes, so are you guys gonna try and like hit on these nerds?
Nerds.
Wait,
How dare.
who are these nerds again?
The ones building
Say,
the next
say who they are
Uh,
again.
Group 12 of year 2.
Is it a bunch of dudes?
It's Travik is a boy, Nysra is a girl, Bromthar is a boy, and then Zren is a girl.
So,
Okay.
did you just suddenly hit an ad?
Evren. What?
Indeed.
Oh, is that an ad? What is that? What's happening? What is this?
Oh, it auto changed over to some chill lo-fi beat music.
That's funny. There's a cute little duck drop.
What's in a Nolan again?
A Nolan is like a smaller lizard folk. I can give you like a reference picture of a Nolan actually.
It's basically
And the Vulcan's like
the furry.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
No, she's not gonna hit on any of these people.
Vulpins are like descendants, like rough descendants of the people from the plane of knowledge.
Oh, there's an owl lady.
Or a fox person.
Yeah, they're just like the owl people though. Where the fuck? Book art. There we go. Why? A picture of them is in the book. Hold up.
I'll have to look at that later.
I think what we're finding out is the coolest and the hottest people are definitely different. I don't think it's one group. Yeah.
Oh, I accidentally posted that in your channel. I can post that out here though.
So like, okay, but like to be fair, those like guys, they seem like your people, you know. They're like artificers, you know. They're kind of like making stuff. They seem like you should talk to them. I'll like support you. I'll like back you up, you know.
Well, we can look for other cool non-nerds.
Okay.
Clemency is a nerd, and he's literally your friend.
Yeah, but you're not here, so we can stop pretending.
Even though they're nerds, they are looked at as like the cooler people in school, and they're handsome enough, I guess.
I mean, to be fair, there's nerds, and then there are nerds who are building a working mech.
Yeah.
So
there's
one of these
Clemency who
things...
just wants to talk about airships for 4 hours, and then there's these guys who are building a Gundam.
Give us one more option, and then we'll decide.
You would know.
Drink so much that you pass out.
I mean, the group of third years, group 6.
We're too cool for us.
The group that you heard about.
Not the one with the dead. That's the one with the dead friend. We can't talk to them. We can't talk to them.
Okay, let's talk to the nerds.
Yeah, back to the nerds. Died anyway.
Group 6, although like someone died, like they are like they're not just sad all the time. They're not just like super depressed. Um,
Sure
But
they
yeah.
are.
Like the only thing we know about them is like their friend's dead. So it's like, hey, we've heard about you. What'd you hear about? Oh, sorry about that one. Bye.
oh, that's
Yeah, like
great.
so. Yeah, dead friends. Oh, sorry.
We'll go.
That's really funny. Yeah. So you see the group, and they're all like they're drinking, they're like having like discussions with some people. They're like playing card games and whatnot. What do you say to them? They're like in the middle. They're like in the middle of the street, playing cards, drinking. Like they're throwing like little bits of coin, just like copper pieces. Um,
Is this like a closed
Are
room?
they not at a table?
they're in a table that's like positioned in the middle of the street, like playing cards. Like there's just like
Alright.
it's just like chaos. Like there's no like solid line to walk through. You're like walking in between tables and booths, and like nothing's lined up properly because everyone just like normally sets up shop that morning. So it's like wherever you can find a spot that people won't be like, you need to fucking move. Is really where people set up.
Okay. I'm gonna grab us all a drink before we go up to them because it's always easier to talk with something in your hand. So
Mhm.
everyone gets another round. Okay. I don't know how to approach these people.
Um,
I like.
well, I know
Yeah.
they're,
It's
they're
scary.
gonna be in the robotics club with me.
Oh yeah, you should go. You should go tell them that. Like, hey.
Yeah, and she, takes her drink and she walks up and kind of like stands there for, a few seconds just watching. Um, and is there any of them that's not like currently engaged in the game, or is it all of them?
Yeah, so you see the dwarven Tavrik. He is like a tan-skinned um dwarf with like this like sort of like reddish brownish thick beard. Um you also see the Vulpin, Nysra, and she is this maned wolf. So she's like a little taller and like lankier than some Vulpins, and she has like beautiful like blackish mane with like orangey fur. Um, Brenthar is a sun bear Ursidin. Um,
Oh, I love sun
Oh, the
bears. They
little
look
weird looking
fucked up.
ones. Yeah.
yeah, they're crazy looking. But super nice. He seems the least drunk out of all of them. And then Zevran is and a Nolan, and they're like a beautifully scaled. Um, they look like a small like tree monitor. If you've seen those, they literally look like little dragons. Um, but it's like a beautifully blue scaled like tree monitor, and it has that frill on the bottom of its neck. That is sort of like a deeper red color that will sort of come out if they're like excited or like they like yell or something. Um, yeah, and you see, I would say the Vulpin is the one that is sort of sitting back, least engaged with the group, like currently not playing.
Hmm.
Okay. So I guess I'll go up to her. Be like, hey, my name's Hero.
Oh, uh, my name's Nysra. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Um, just playing cards, enjoying the nights. This next semester is going to be a little difficult, so we want to make sure we enjoy it as much as we can.
Yeah, me and my friend were first years. I think y'all signed up for the robotics club. I think y'all signed up right before me.
Oh, yes, that will be nice. We very excited. That gives us extra time to work on our projects. Um, we're hoping that one of us could be, head of it, but I doubt that will happen.
Yeah, I heard about the your project. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We didn't want to keep it a secret. Um, so yes, it's still a rough project right now. But we're hoping to have a semi-functional um thing by the time we graduate. We have, and she begins to go like into detail about the project, like absolutely info dumping a whole bunch. Um,
Who's with us right now?
and
Who's the other guy?
the dwarf or the
Or like the
Erskine.
guy who's like currently drinking with us. Which one?
Oh, Crashin.
Crashing. Yeah, it's one of those. At the time I was just like, dude, what the fuck is? Do you understand anything that's going on right now?
He was kind of. I'm not super familiar with like
I don't
the
get it.
mechanics of it, but like
No.
what she's talking about, like the spell stuff and like
The
enchanting,
stuff is
kind of
cool.
makes sense. I don't
I'm
know. I do
so
think I'm like
I
I've had too much.
I've had too much to drink to understand this.
Um, and his eyes like dart around upwards a little bit, and he like holds his head
Oh
just a
no.
little bit, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I've definitely had too much to drink."
Okay.
Um,
We'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm gonna like
but
take a bit of push to throw up or something.
Um,
Go throw
but
up.
yeah, Nysra goes on about how they ideally want to make like canisters for like instead of like spell scrolls to let people can like attempt to cast them, and like if you know how to cast the spell it works, and if you don't you have to roll, sort of thing, like at least mechanically. Creating this canisters that the mech can use that will instantly be able to use um, whatever spell is stored in them, basically, and they'd be reusable up to a certain amount of time. Like they have all these like big goals that they want, and the suit is like going to be worn, and it's going to be like it's going to be pretty big and clunky and pretty slow, but their thought is they want to implement this to use in the Blightlands. That way people can explore more of it. Like that's their, and like she keeps describing it as an equivalent for like a scuba suit. Like you put on like a scuba suit to go underwater, you put on this mech suit to explore the Blightlands, um, or
Okay.
outer space if that ever happens.
Hmm.
Um,
You're just
and
gonna
then,
rant back at her too
mhm,
about stuff.
mhm, yeah, both are just info dumping back and forth. Yeah, and if you mention the fact that your dad has a thing in
Oh yeah,
Rodari, she would love
for
that.
sure.
And I think that would get the attention of the other group as well. So like, oh yeah, um Tavrik is like, oh, I wish that we could do something like that. We would love to have something like that. Um, but it's quite difficult. It's to get a space, being students, second years. But if we can get this done, I think our first year out, I think we could get a space. If we can
Oh
make it
yeah,
work, we can prove that it works. I think we can get the booth. So,
definitely.
so yeah, and you guys talk a little bit back and forth. Hey, Haven.
Yeah,
Um,
Hmm.
I think I'm
um,
gonna throw up. Like you cannot stop partying, dude. I cannot carry you over the wall.
Crashing goes, no, it's fine. I can head back to the dorm.
And
Or not the dorm. I'm not going home. That's not what I'm gonna do. I'm going to find a tavern, and I'm gonna use some silver pieces that I have, and I'm gonna get
okay,
myself a room.
okay. I'm right. What about this? Okay, we wait on Hero, finishing talking, get you a water, right?
Hmm.
And then we can all go together because the silver you have is very easily taken if you go off by on your own.
Oh, and you see his
Uh,
eyes like dart upwards, and he like holds his head again.
oh
He's
god,
like,
no.
no, I'm gonna
Nah,
go. You guys,
nah, come on. Can I roll a persuasion check to get him to say?
sure. I'll say roll at
This is
um, I'll say disadvantage. Not because it's you, but because he's he feels pretty set on it.
Also, we're all pretty drunk, you know? Okay, oh yeah, cool, 19 still. Still 19.
With the 19, he looks at you. Let me find my d20. That's not a d20. Boop. Oh. He goes,
Oh my god, it's 'cause he's
okay,
full of shit.
it's all right. Yeah, we gotta be quick. So if you want to get your friend,
Yeah,
I
it's
gotta
okay.
go.
Is there something you have to go to? Is everything okay?
I just don't feel good right now. I think I drank
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah, okay. Why don't you throw up really quickly, make you feel better, Taki Chunder, right?
Okay.
And then I'll grab Hero, and we'll figure something out, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I'll be here.
Okay. Please do not move. I'm
Okay.
trusting you. I'm trusting you, okay? I'm gonna go up to Hero and be like, hey, Hero, yeah, I think he's gonna like leave. And I don't know how we're gonna get him over the wall. We could like.
Wait, are you sneaking over the wall to get
I
home?
feel. I just think I feel bad. I don't want to leave him. I don't want to
Then
leave
just
him.
bring him to the 11 nails with you.
Yeah, I was getting to that. God. Like I think we might just need to bring him to my dad's.
Yeah. At least it's just him and not a whole
At least it
group of
wasn't
people.
8 of us, you know. And then it's like, you know, we'll be like out, like, you know, before anyone even wakes up.
Mhm.
Okay. We might need to carry him. I think he's gonna pass out.
I'm not very strong, but I'll do my best.
Neither am I. Like,
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
they end up just like dragging him by his ankles.
He's a fighter, isn't he?
Wizard.
He's okay, as a wizard,
Oh.
it's fine. We can handle that.
We're good. Yeah, so he'll like wrap up the conversation. Be like, yeah, well, this is my set in stone. Like, I would love to talk more to you about, all this stuff. And looking forward to robotics club.
Yeah, they all like smile and whatnot. And you guys head off, and he's not there.
We're fine.
Oh,
Okay, it's
shit.
alright. Okay, let's get running.
Okay.
We gotta grab him before he's caught, and then because if he gets caught, and then that's a bad thing on Yoni that we let him go by himself. Okay, we gotta
Oh
go.
yeah, and she is our roommate, and then
Yeah,
it won't be good. And I have so many classes with her.
Okay, let's go. Let's go find him before he gets to the wall. We just need to beat him. We just need to beat him there.
Let's
Can I
see.
start messaging in any direction? Be like,
Yeah.
whatever your name is. We keep forgetting.
Crashing.
Be crashing out.
But yeah. So I'll have both of you guys make investigation or what's the other?
We do perception.
Yeah, that's the other one. Or perception checks. Both at disadvantage.
Ooh. Oh. Great.
What is my perception?
And as a reminder for skill checks, you guys don't have proficiency. You guys have proficiency in one skill.
Oh, do we?
You're not level 1 yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, just heads up. I've been rolling with my proficiencies. I will stop doing that now.
I have
Yeah,
two.
Yeah, you guys can pick one skill that you're proficient in. But until you're level 1, you only get one skill that you're proficient in.
Okay, I rolled a 4.
The 4.
Got a 9.
Both of you, no idea.
If you combine that, that's a 13.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are running around for like an hour, and like no idea where he possibly went.
Oh. Should we call Clemency? Should we call them? Should we let them know we lost them? Or should we just like...
Let's look for another hour.
Okay, another hour. We'll keep looking.
And if we don't find them in an hour,
He just cuts
maybe
over
we'll call.
He's fucking asleep.
I think... Oh, hold on. Can I grab a shot? Like, I feel like this is very stressful. I want another drink before we do this.
Yeah, take another shot.
Yeah, I'll take another shot.
Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
This is more funny.
I'll say even make it well, I was gonna say make it a disadvantage. Go ahead and see if you get a natural one.
It's natural.
Did you
Do
get
I
a
just
natural?
die? Do I just die if I get a net one? That's a
No.
14.
Okay, with the 7, Haven, you take the shot, and Hero, you look over at her, and you see her eyes instantly just start to glaze
Oh
over a
shit!
little bit,
Shit,
and she's just like instantly
I wrote.
drunk, like soon needs to find a bed or a place to throw up.
I rush her to an area to throw up.
okay. I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna
Yeah,
throw up.
you yak, and the rest of the night is now a blur to you. Hero, what are you doing? You are the only cognizant person right now. What are you doing?
You could, if you get drunk as well, it's like both of us made this mistake.
Shit. I feel like I need to look for this person, but I need to take you somewhere to sleep.
It's getting late.
Have
another drink. Have another drink.
I kind of really want to do that just to be funny.
Do it. Yeah, if a drink might calm you down, go for it.
Who in my vicinity do I see that I know?
I would say at this point in the night and wandering around, there's from the first years that you saw, I would say you see one of your classmates. You see.
Renia.
Yeah.
You actually haven't seen Rania in a little bit. You get the feeling that Rania probably went to bed like early.
Nerd.
Fucking nerd.
You see
You know, it's actually
Yeah, I guess
probably
it
a
is
little bit
still stuff.
appropriate that both characters that have a positive intelligence bonus are both in bed right now.
I'm fucking sleeping, dog. I had a lovely conversation with Yoni for a bit, and then I went to sleep.
You see Harwin Moonbrook, who is a human paladin. He's in your divination class.
I probably don't know him well enough to be.
Yeah. You're just like in the mess. Like people are still like getting fucked up. It's not so late that everyone's dispersed, but it's like it is past curfew for sure.
It's like are we there until like 3 a.m.? I feel like this is like 3 a.m. kind of.
I think I will talk to the guy and I'll be like, hey, sorry to bother you. Have you? And I'll describe crashing.
Because no, I cannot say that I have. I can keep an eye out for you though.
Yeah, that'd be great.
There's plenty of taverns open that you could check. You know, a lot of them don't charge that much. I wouldn't be surprised if they got a room. You might have to pay to like get information on who's staying there. Like, at least if it's a good tavern, they won't just give out your information. But that might be an idea.
We know the best tavern in the world, man. You know.
I'll be like, do you know the cheapest one around?
Cheapest? I mean, there's a few that most of them right now are only going to cost less than a silver piece.
There's a Motel 6 down the road.
So most of them are going to be charging not that much tonight because they know these students are going to stay out and they know a lot of them don't have money. So narrowing that down might be a little difficult for you.
Okay, well, he wandered off and I got my hands full and if you see him,
I think he'll be all right. There's plenty of people around. As long as he stayed with, this mob, someone will bring him home or put him somewhere.
Okay.
He did what? He fully ran away.
As long as he's not dead.
I hope not. That would be
awful.
That'd be terrible.
I'm sorry I brought that up.
Did you hear about the group of third years? someone
Yeah, I
died.
did.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. Like,
Ugh.
it's all fun and games while we're in school, but like when we get out of school, like we could actually die.
Well, as long as you got a good cleric or as a paladin.
Yeah, I don't know if my god wants me to get fucked up every night. I really need to figure
Yeah.
that out.
It
I feel like
depends on
no.
your
I feel like the
god,
answer is
I
no.
think.
They don't want that.
Probably not.
Oh, I don't know. We were
But
getting
hey,
fucked up.
it's just a one night thing.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought we had, thought we
Is
were
he
connecting because
is
we
he
both got
flirting with
fucked
you
up.
right now?
Oh, is he flirting?
I'm not flirting with you right now. I get fucked up way too
Well, no,
often.
I didn't ask that. I
I'm
didn't say that out
like
loud.
I'm
Unless
feeling some way.
he.
I think you have a teething
Oh.
problem.
He's like me, and
Do
he
you,
corrects people when they think
do
that when
you
there's an
do you
implication
need to
that I
go to
might be
sleep?
flirting.
Yeah. Like, do you need to go to sleep too? You can keep trauma dumping.
No, I should probably go to sleep.
We could also keep partying, man. We could
No,
Here.
that's crazy. We could do that though. But that is
we could do
crazy.
that. We could do that.
Crazy, man.
You're fucking sleepy. Let me alone.
We just look at Hero. Be
Okay,
like,
wait. Can you see what kind of holy symbol does he have?
He doesn't have he's not wearing one. If you ask him, he's thinking about doing Kyo, the god of water.
Mm.
He's gonna
But
be
he's not
so
sure.
hydrated.
He's like from talking to him, he's like shopping around a little bit. Kyo is definitely the one he's leaning towards, but he's like, I get fucked
So
up.
he
Like
wants to be a
I'm just
hydro homie.
yeah. He's like, I'm not hydrated right now. My god would hate me.
Yeah, maybe get a little glass of water in you. Maybe two.
Yeah, I mean, well, all right. I'm gonna go to sleep, I think.
All right, well, I'll see you in class.
Oh. And he just walks off.
That's me.
Bye.
I'll see you in class. Oh.
just dreading the decision he made. He's done something tonight, and he's just sitting in regret.
Yeah, and you're gonna be like, oh man, that guy. I don't.
Was he even flirting with you? Like, he was absolutely flirting with you.
He was being weird.
Yeah. God. People here are so weird, man.
People here are really weird. Okay, let's just keep going.
Okay. Okay, right. I'm just saying, right. So, where are we? How close are we to like 11 Isles?
I'd say you guys probably aren't far. You probably have like walked back and forth between the market street. So I'd say you're probably close to the street closest to the 11 Ales.
Okay. Because, like, I think your man's gone. I think we should keep asking.
On the way there.
Yeah, but I think he's gone. And I don't think we're climbing that wall.
I think Haven, at this point you're too drunk to be coherent.
Yeah, this isn't, yeah. Okay, Haven's on the floor. Or he was just lying on Hero,
Mm-hmm.
Putting her body weight on her.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll just keep asking as we walk over. Mm-hmm.
Cool. How long do you think you're gonna keep asking for?
I think just another hour.
Okay. Zarek and Clem, as you guys are like walking back before curfew, what are you guys doing? As you guys are like winding down your night, like Yoni's hanging out with you guys. What are you guys doing?
I think Clemency is expressing concern over how everyone is going to be coherent enough for class tomorrow. It's not, my dad told me not to drink that, or if I was going to drink, to only drink a little bit. And I feel like they're going to be drinking a lot.
And Yoni looks at you and goes, Clem, I know you've been sheltered a lot, but but you can't control everyone. You can't have everyone act how you act.
Well,
I
I mean,
you're
I just
it's the right thing, you know? It's bad for you to get fucked up, but it's fun. You know, sometimes you got to weigh the pros and the cons. Like your friends are going to be out there meeting people, having fun, like bonding
And
as a party, you
and
know?
truly, Clem, not everyone can be quite as encouraged by the sight of my bare chest
Okay,
as
Zarek, we're not gonna talk about this in front of Yoni.
Yoni goes, "Oh, what? You show Clem your bare chest?"
It's okay. It's
To
not. He decided to do that on his own.
there's so many questions,
I don't
but
know either, Yoni.
that's
it is encouraging for him, so I make sure to continue to
It's
do it.
Are you okay, Zarek? Did you have too much to drink?
No, this is just something that we figured out earlier on.
oh,
That Clem does very well when encouraged by me not wearing my shirt fully.
no, that's not.
Oh,
No, no.
okay.
It's he's the most comfortable like this, and I just try to be a very encouraging friend.
So you're the one encouraging him.
No,
Yeah.
I just if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do.
Oh, well, I'm glad you guys are bonding as a
We're
group.
not
That's important.
we're not dating. I just need you to know that.
I didn't that's not what I thought at all.
Okay,
Um
good.
that's just well, okay. That's
I'm so sorry.
she's just shocked. She's like, that's a crazy thing to have this person that you don't really know be like, let me show you my chest to
I don't
encourage
know.
you. She's just shocked. Like,
It's
to each their own.
it's the poor socialization.
Um, yeah, really. Um, but she goes, I think your friends are gonna have a great time, Clem, and I don't think you can try and
And there's
police
the
them.
baby.
They're gonna do what they're gonna do, okay?
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just worried.
I know. That's okay. They're gonna be fine. They're adults.
There's a baby.
But yeah, before long, you guys sort of spread off into your individual,
You know,
groups, and you and Yoni walk back to the
yeah,
room.
he's gonna be like, I am really sorry about that.
It's okay. It's fine. I do actually want to get to sleep early, but it was cool being able to hang out with your group. It was nice.
Yeah, it was really nice to, meet your group, too. And I wanted to thank you for, walking with me back. I kind of felt like I might have been a little too worried about it, but I don't want to be alone right now.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. We're gonna be out. Um I'll probably read for a little bit before I go to bed, but I'm probably not gonna be up too late, so we can just hang out and read if you want.
Yeah, reading sounds nice. It's just it's not important. It's fine.
Um she goes, okay. Yeah, I get it. School's stressful.
Fucking
Like
baby.
she's like, there's this baby that's just hovering somewhere. Um
He just will sometimes hum while being bounced, and it results in that pattern.
that's funny.
But I have turned on the camera.
Baby.
Oh
Where's
my
the
god, there's a
baby?
baby.
Yep.
Oh my god, it's a baby.
There's a baby.
Yes.
Baby.
Aww.
But yeah. Look at that baby.
Oh, he's coming for us.
He's like, I'm gonna TPK your party. Um, but he you guys get back to the house, and she like makes some nice tea to like help relax, and she like lights some incense and everything. You guys read for a little bit, and then she goes, "Well, Clem, I'm gonna go meditate a little bit before bed. Are you all right?"
Yeah, no, I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Thank you for staying up with me a bit, though.
Yeah. And she goes into her room, and you can just smell incense, and
Yeah,
everything like just coming from her room.
yeah. They go into their room and they sit down like at their bed and they kind of look out the window like to look out into like the courtyard or campus. They're very anxious right now, like super
Yeah.
duper scanning any trees and stuff like that.
Oh. Yeah, you keep doing that. Zarek, as you get close to your place, you see there's a figure standing outside the dorm. You see people are going like from a distance. You see people are like going in and out, but you see that there's a figure that's just standing by the door.
Does Zarek recognize the figure?
As you get closer, it looks familiar.
If it's your dad, I'm gonna shit myself.
As you get closer, it looks like it's Roderick.
Oh my god, thank God.
Roderick, I wasn't expecting you here.
Zarek, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Father said that I wasn't allowed to take you on as a personal tutor over here after he started, well, getting rid of over in Port Maddox.
Yeah, yeah, I just wanted to come, and since when you come home, I know it's not going to be in the same place, and I just wanted to say that it's been a pleasure training you these years, and I hope we can still stay in touch. You know, whenever you're free, we can go over lessons,
Oh.
everything. What I heard what house you got placed into. I think this is a great house choice.
Yes. Also, my team was planning to pick up a sending stone for me. Do you happen to have one and a number I can contact you at?
I do, yes. And he writes it down on a piece of parchment. Goes, these are the symbols. Um, and you can call me whenever. If you ever have questions about school or anything, I can always answer and do my best to help. I don't know how I can compete with teachers of Punors, but I'm sure I can help in some way.
I'll make sure to contact you then.
Well,
And I'm sure that we'll see each other repeatedly over the course of my education.
indeed, I'm going to still be in the CTA, so yeah, you know, you'll know where to find me,
And there's a
and whenever
baby.
we can try and figure something out. And he's just holding a baby. He's like, also, I just had a baby.
Derek feels jealous.
But he's like, Derek, it truly has been a pleasure teaching you, and I think you're going to do amazing at school. I'm excited to see what things look like by the end of the year, by the end of 4 years, even. That's just Zarek's reaction.
I'll look forward to showing you what I learn over the years as well.
And he reaches out for a handshake.
Hug him, hug him, hug him, hug him, hug him.
I think Zarek actually probably would somewhat hesitantly at first, but would go in for a hug.
Oh, angel
Yeah,
baby,
you like
perfect
shake his hand,
baby.
and then you both go in for a hug, and he holds you tight. He goes, "I'm very proud of you, Zarek. I know you're going to do so great."
Baby.
That's just Zarek's internal baby just dying.
Well, it's because he was never loved as an actual baby, so.
But he goes, I'll be in town tomorrow, but I assume that you'll be in school. But, but maybe if you have time, we can get lunch tomorrow. So only if you're free. I know school's going to be a lot though.
I'll at least see how classes are letting me get some time, and I'm borrowing one of my teammates' sending stones until then, so I'll let you know if my classes permit me to do that.
Right. Well, definitely let me know how that gun treats you. Okay. And if it needs any changes, let me know. I can come down and I can make sure it gets fixed properly. Okay.
All right.
All right.
It's been nice, Roderick. I will hopefully see you more in the future.
Indeed, you will. All right, Zarek. Well, I hope you have a good night and good luck tomorrow. Okay. And he gives you like a pat on the shoulder as he walks by. Yeah. Sort of head up into your dorm. Yeah. And transitioning back over to Hero. Hero, it's been at this point, it's like I said, past curfew. You've looked for an hour. Now you have your friend who's just like slowly falling asleep, just like very drunk at this point.
Hi, cutie.
And
Hi, cutie.
it's another hour of you can't really find him. It's hard to say. People are starting to disperse, which is making it a little easier, but like there's still so many people, and it's
Hi, baby.
unless you search the whole city, it's going to be really hard to find him. Even if you were to search this whole city, it'd be really hard to find him. But even in this small area, it's like really, really tough. What are you doing?
What time is it?
At this point, I would say it's like cresting over the 3 a.m. mark. It's pretty late, and you got classes real early.
I guess I'm just gonna go back to the 11 Isles and hope I see him on the way there.
Okay. Oh, hi, kitty.
Okay.
Oh God.
Yeah, you heading through the like web of people. You do see Salem and Barna just passed out under a tree, like just laying next to each other, just like fast asleep.
Those are the
You
people
don't see
we went
Crafton
with
though.
originally.
What?
Those are the people we went with originally, right?
Yeah, that's the other party members. Yeah, you see them just fucking passed out. Like someone put like a blanket over them and put some water next to both of them.
Oh, that's nice.
But you don't see Crash in there.
Shit, I just have to hope he's okay because I can't keep looking.
Should we tell them and then it can become their problem? I'm not. This is me saying as an idea, not hearing.
I was wondering.
I mean, they're completely unconscious, so I'm not sure if that really would work or if they'd even remember you mentioning that in the morning.
Oh God, my cat. Oh God, my cat.
What does the
I
baby
feel
think?
like I should tell. Yeah, what does baby think? Should I tell an adult or?
I think that was pretty tell an adult.
Should I tell Haven's dad?
Don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay, no. Let's just go to bed.
Okay.
Hi, baby kitten.
Okay.
Can I do a last ditch perception?
Yeah, if you want to, go ahead, roll perception.
Can I do one at like double disadvantage?
Absolutely not. You are basically asleep right
You
now.
are dead.
A flat
Okay.
roll or disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
11.
11. As you're like about to walk through the thing, you unfortunately don't see anyone. You see some drunk people, and there's a moment where you're like, "Oh my god, that's him," and it's not him. And it's just, I think that last moment of like, "Oh fuck, thank
If
God
you
I
bite
found him,"
me,
and
I'll
then
scream.
fuck, it's not him. Really just takes it out of you. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
You
just
mean
going to bed.
it's not her just suddenly telling some drunk that if he bites her, she'll scream?
It gets too close. It's like, if you get near me, I will scream.
My
You
cat's
tell
biting my wrist.
You you lay the Haven in bed, and she's just flat out. Nectar is just like curled up, also just like asleep on her.
Just gonna lay down, baby.
And you head into your room, and
Just lay
as you
down.
lay
What's
down,
wrong with you?
it's probably pretty easy for you to fall asleep, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you lay down, you begin to see a little bit of a fractal pattern begin to go over your eyelids, and you feel confused for a second. You feel the space around you grow, and it's beautiful. It's hard to explain, but it's like a large room. It's beautiful, and there's tables everywhere. There's people that are nicely dressed. The walls are white, they're marble, or maybe they're some sort of stone. But it's nice. The feeling you're getting is like ball, like a gala.
It's like balls.
Some some sort of fancy place you're at, and faces are blurred and outfits are hard to describe. Like you're experiencing like this weird dream state, and it feels weird. But you're at a table, and it's nice, and there's food in front of you, and it's elegant, and it's beautiful, and you're dressed pretty nicely, and your dad is next to you, and he's also dressed up. You're used to him in his worker's clothes, but he's dressed very nice. And there's Clemency next to you.
Oh, sweet.
Clemency's
Hey,
dressed pretty nice as well. Your mom and your sister in there, everyone's dressed nicely, and you're
you're
listening,
in
and
your
there's
underwear.
Yes.
clapping. Everyone's clapping, and they're looking at someone speaking. And Rebecca, I would like you to take notes on this specifically and put them in a place where you can find them easily, where they're not going to get buried. Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Oh, God?
What the fuck?
Okay.
So everything I described before, nice place, Clemency, your dad, your mom, your sister, and you are at a table.
Why
Everyone's
is it
fancy.
specifically me?
And everyone's clapping, and people are standing. There's an ovation. There's someone speaking. Hard to say who it is. It's sort of a blur. You're in the back of a room. The room's big. And your dad stops clapping and looks concerned for a second. And he looks at you and he goes, "Yeah, I don't know about this. This doesn't feel quite right. I think we should I don't think we should linger too long. I think we should get out of here. Once everything's done, I don't know. I just gotta, and food is being brought out, and speech sort of continues, and you begin to hear commotion coming from behind you, and the doors burst open, and you see a hard to describe figure, a very pale, white, lanky figure in a hood. There's a large white staff that he's holding. Features are hard to describe. Everyone is sort of blurred. The people behind him are dressed similarly in garbs. And suddenly there's chaos. Like it feels like time moved a little bit. There's chaos. Your sister is like like catatonic. She is just like panicked, and your mom's like shaking her, trying to get her to like listen and react to her. And your dad looks at you and puts something in your hand, and before you know it, you're running, you're moving.
Where am I?
and you wake up the next morning ready for school, but
Why was I there?
you feel rested enough, but that dream felt very strange. And as you wake up, the fractal patterns feel like they like loosen from you just a little bit.
Huh.
And that is where we'll end today's session.
Oh, good.
Keep that somewhere where you will not lose it no matter how much time passes. However you want to do
Okay.
that.
That is so ominous. What the fuck?
Why was it only me that was mentioned being there?
It could be a dream related to all of the clerics that either are or have gone
Aspen,
through the school.
you described these people as wearing robes.
Like more like not like robes like you're thinking. Like just like commoners' clothes, like just like garb sort of thing, like almost like potato sack, like not potato sack, like, but you know what I mean. Like they're not fancy, they're not organized, they're similar, like they're all wearing similar clothing, but it's like it's so fuzzy in the dream. There's no details. You're just getting colors, and the colors are like brownish, blackish, like nothing fancy, and like the feeling you get, because the whole dream is off of feeling more than seeing. Like the room felt really fancy and high class. Big names were probably that. Like it's just that's the feeling you got from this room.
I'm just really concerned about why I was mentioned specifically.
That's just the people that were at the table. There's people at other tables, but they're just the room's massive, you know, and your whole room's there. So.
Probably correct.
But yeah, that's what will end today's session.
Everyone say goodbye to Fawn. Everyone say bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, Jeff, say bye. Say bye.
Bye to you. I'm assuming that's your cat.
No, my fucking friend.